Made a nigga strong with the force. She a keeper, though I'm known for divorce. They say you never fail as long as you fall for it, but I don't be falling for it. I never did fall for it. Now I don't be falling for it. Think that I'm all for it. Got it wrong, I don't be falling for it. Tell the chick with the badge to put her top down. Say whatever I want because I'm hot now. Remember in the years I got shot down. Now that I get big top, how can I not clown? I moved to Riverside when I was 5. And honestly I feel like caught the vibe when I ride. I got in fights, I got my stripes. Doing it up much higher than a guy. Some people fade away, you stay away. Always make sure you can't live a day to day. We the best in the worst case scenario. Maybe 20 years past an average nigga burial. That's why everywhere you go, they say there you go. Kidneys, they crown me the imperial. With miracle, I'm lyrical. A3 and me sync G in stereo. Never had a P.O. wild like that Geo. Please tell your T.O. I ain't Captain EO. Stop saving, stop saving. You should take off that cape and feel amazing. Stop saving, stop saving. Or come catch my fade when the hood fade in. Pop, yeah, you when the hood fade in. Or you can come catch this fade when the hood fade in. Of course I'm a course. Vader nigga strong with the force. She a keeper, though I'm known for divorce. They say you never fail as long as you fall for it, but I don't be falling for it. The lies, the hoes, the ice, the fade, the fight, gun, a knife, pennies, the nickels, the ones, the 5. I've been the guy for all my life.
Oh my God, I needed it one time. Brutal night. Brutal night for your boy as a Niner fan. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. Last night was crucial. Oh man, but I woke up today. I woke up today to a bunch of lives with talking about this shit. Now, I don't know. First of all, I just want to say that I fucking loved the performance. My whole family, we was all singing and dancing. We was rocking. We had fun. Usher did all my favorite songs. That nigga jumped out. My mama was like, I wonder if he gonna put on some skates. And that nigga put on some skates and started roll bouncing. The nigga came out in the Crip Blue outfits. I was hype off of that. Like, it was vicious. It was better. That shit was better than the Dr. Dre, you know what I'm saying? I'm a West Coast nigga, but it was better than the Dr. Dre 50, Mary J. Blige. Like, I'll take the Usher shit. I was way more hype. Usher got, he had so many hits. It was ridiculous. Like, the nigga was only performing 12 bars of each hit, and he had 30 hits. They was all hits. All of them was smash hits. I was like, damn, he got a lot of hits. Shit crazy. It was hits he didn't even get to do. He only did a third of his hits. It was wild. But anyway, so I thought the performance was great. While watching the performance, I knew that that's what I figured that that's what they would act like during that performance, because that's how they acted. Did y'all not see the fucking video? Did you not watch the video? Have you never seen my boo, the video? Have you never seen it? Because if you've seen it, they was pretty much doing the same thing. So I don't, what did you expect it to look like? What up, Logic? What did you expect it to look like? So I just thought it was weird, to wake up to a bunch of dudes. Y'all got to understand, I'm not connected. I'm not in that hive mind of these niggas. So I really, I bet you a lot of people knew, they gonna talk about that, but I didn't even think about it because I just thought it was a fucking performance. I didn't think anything of it, right? It's a performance. That's why I made the word performance capital, because it's a performance. It was a performance that lasted a minute and a half tops, fully clothed in front of 1 billion people on the planet. Please be fucking for real, y'all. This shit is getting out of hand. But yeah, so now I'm seeing. It was 100% rehearsed, Ruthie. It was. People don't know that shit was Michael Jackson walking down the street, in that one song when he was singing to the girl and shit. They was performing. That's all. Do y'all not understand? But here's the thing. they know how performances work, right? They know how performances work. Do you really think that everybody in these movies be really fucking each other? when Denzel was in the room when Denzel was Lonzo in Training Day and he was in the room with Eva Mendes, did you really think he had just got done smashing Eva Menendez? She was in there she was in there bucky naked. Denzel is a fully married man. He was in the room with a woman half his age, bucky naked. Let's not forget that. Kissed her and everything when he walked in. Completely married. She wasn't married back then. Dummy. So is she. She wasn't married. Denzel was married. Eva in that movie in Training Day, she wasn't married yet. Yeah, go look it up. So what I'm saying is that why is it when it's that type of shit, nobody bats an eye? I didn't see one think piece on Denzel Washington and Eva Menendez. Am I saying her name right? Eva Menendez, I'm sorry. I didn't see one think piece from a man talking about how that was disrespectful to Denzel Washington's wife. Mendez, I'm sorry, okay. Eva Menendez. It ain't even about Usher being, now it's different times. Now it's different times. It's different times. So you're saying that we're more prudish now than we were 20 years ago? We're less progressive now than we were 20 years ago when it comes to that? Y'all just be saying stuff. Y'all just be saying stuff. You just say stuff, I feel like. Like, did you think about it? So we're less liberal than we were about these things than we were 20 years ago? Come on, y'all. They performed. It was a performance, right? But it made me think about Angelina and Brad, right? Because I was like, I remember when this happened, this man was fully married or in a relationship. What, right? He was in a relationship. I don't know if he was married, but he was in a relationship. Everybody knew. He was in a relationship. Jennifer Aniston. They did a movie together. Look at him. They did a movie together, and he left her. He left, and I didn't see not one man make a think piece once again on Brad leaving Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston is beautiful and all of that stuff. So you would think that they would at least want to protect the pretty girls because they love protecting the women based on how they look, right? But it was I understand it's Angelina. I would do it too. So they didn't say nothing. It's crazy. Like I don't understand how like why do y'all expose the hypocrisy that the hypocrisy of men is on full display for me every single day. I see how hypocritical men are every single fucking day, not just on this app, but on this app in particular. It's wild, right? So I started reading about the shit after I seen the little people started going live about it because I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, this is people really are upset about this? This is crazy. Ain't no woman mad at Alicia Keys. Exactly. No woman should be mad at Alicia. What the fuck did Alicia Keys do? What did Alicia Keys do? Perform? Get paid? I'm sorry, you don't get paid. Alicia look good, by the way. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. That's a side note. But anyways, I start studying. Yeah, men are mad about this, of course. Men find a way to be mad about anything. Here's the thing. So I look it up and lo and behold, Swizz already responded to it. Her husband. Let's read what her husband has to say. He put out a tweet. An Instagram post and a tweet. And he says, y'all talking about the wrong damn thing. Y'all don't see that amazing dress covering the entire stage? Tonight's performance was nothing but amazing with two amazing giants. Congrats, Usher and my love, Alicia Keys. That song is a classic. We don't do negative vibes on this side. We make history. Go see Giants at Brooklyn Museum. It's open until July. Blessings. That's what her husband had to say. So my question is why are y'all more fake mad about this performance than her husband is? How are you upset but her husband isn't? What the fuck? How are you? Hold on, wait. How are y'all fake mad at this, but her husband is praising her and him and Usher? Why are y'all fake mad about it? Let's get into it. Let's get into why men are fake mad about this. Why they're fake mad about this, but they condone this, right? They're fake. I say fake mad, performative. It's all performative. Y'all don't care. I saw a dude, I was in a live for like 5 minutes when this dude was talking about it. And the dude was saying, he was like, women just aren't raised to be wives nowadays. Huh? What? I know this ain't coming from the niggas that be having girlfriends for 20 years and not marrying them. I know this not coming from them. I know this not coming from the same group of men that be having 3 and 4 kids, living with their girls for 10 years and not marrying them. That's crazy. Now that's a bridge. Now that's a bridge too far right there. I was like, what? The what? Huh? The wives is what now? They not raising what? Wait, but y'all not making them wives. How you going? How you mad? Hold on, time out. Oh my God, how y'all mad? How you gonna have the audacity to say they don't raise wives no more, but y'all not making women wives? Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Oh shit, that's hilarious. How y'all how are you? Look, sir. Malo, you don't know nothing about black problems. You don't, just because you black and you got problems, it don't make it a black problem, nigga. You just broke. Okay? Don't you being broke don't got nothing to do with your race, brother, right now. It got everything to do with the fact that you don't want to get up and do nothing. Okay? Stop trying to turn everything into it's a black problem. It ain't a black problem. I'm clearly illustrating that this isn't a black issue because white men didn't say nothing about Brad. White men wasn't out there condemning Brad, talking Cash Money shit about Brad when he left his white wife. They didn't say nothing. So miss me with that. Oh, go look at his profile. So if you don't know he broke based on his profile picture, I don't know if you got eyes. Go look at it. Yeah, that's crazy. It's wild. It's wild. I'm not understanding. I'm not tracking how y'all find a new way every day to expose yourselves. Every day y'all find a new way to expose yourself and say the dumbest shit I ever heard. You got to understand, I swear to God, I had no fucking idea that this would be like a point of contention. Like the shit that y'all be finding to like try to like drag women and like really like vilify and demonize women is the wildest shit I've ever seen. It should be studied. Like, it's really crazy. I'm like tracking it. Like, I'm really literally like tracking it in real time. The shit that y'all be saying, the issues that y'all be trying to find with women. I be like, what the fuck? This? This what y'all got? This what y'all hanging y'all hat on now? Oh, they just not raising women to be wives no more. Sir, y'all will have a woman that be holding you down for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Y'all will have 2, 3 kids with her and still don't be married to her. And this is not even coming from a person who pushes marriage. I'm not even pushing marriage. I'm really not. I just don't understand the logic. I'm just pointing it out because y'all bring the shit up. Y'all be the ones talking about marriage and wives and husbands and traditional and blah, 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 blah. And the whole time while you keyboard warrior on your phone in these comments, your girl be sitting, you got a girl laying next to you that been holding you down for 5 years and y'all got 2 kids living in a 2-bedroom apartment. Talking about these women don't want to be wives. She would marry you if you asked her. I'm sure. You scared to ask her? You think she gonna say no? Go ask her. Shit. Is that what it is? That's what I'm starting to think y'all scared to ask your girls to marry you. Like, you really think she gonna say no? Nigga, y'all got 2 kids together. She good. She not stupid. Y'all got 2, 3 kids together, bro. She's sitting right next to you. Go hit her up. Tap her on the shoulder. You ain't got to be no big wedding. Just say, I just want to protect the family. You know what I'm saying? I want us to go down there and get that white man paperwork. So we could, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that something happened to me, something happened to you. The kids ain't got to go in foster care. You know what I'm saying? They don't got to go through probate. I got whoopty whoop whoop whoop. The family ain't going to be able to, you know, whatever. Just ask her. I know I ain't got much money, but I just want to make sure whatever little money, whatever little bit of assets I got, I want to make sure it go to the kids and it go to you. That's it. If that, like, knock it out like that way. If that's all, because that's really what it is at the end of the day. Especially, I'm saying, when you already been with her, you already got 3 kids with her, you already live together, you already you already doing everything together. Then at that point, it's not about the like symbolism. It ain't about the, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's gonna strengthen your relationship. It's literally to protect your family at that point. Just go on and do it. just go on and knock it out. Nope, prenups. Nigga, you broke. You're broke. I never heard you niggas talk about prenups until 2023. Why? What do you need a prenuptial agreement for when you don't have $500 for a fucking emergency? What are you trying to protect? Your PlayStation 5? What do you need? What are you trying to protect? Your iPhone 15? Your pit bulls? What are you trying to protect? The '06 Charger on 24s with 225,000 miles that don't run well? You don't got no assets, my nigga. The prenup costs more than what you worth. Y'all know prenups ain't free, right? Like, you got to go get them drawn up and drafted and shit. That shit costs money. It costs more money than you got in your savings. Why are you talking about a prenup? That shit don't make no fucking sense. If you got to, look, all right, real quick, no shade. No shade. If you have to save up to get a prenup, you should shut the fuck up. Like, no cap. Like, we gonna leave it there. If you got to save up to get a lawyer so you could get a prenup, then you should shut the fuck up. That's crazy. Y'all don't be making no fucking sense. You don't make sense. Also, I want to let you know, if you have kids, she's still getting some of that money, bro. Them babies is getting that bread. So you can prenup all you want. The thing that's going to hit you the hardest is the fucking kids anyway. And you already got kids with her. You do realize that most relationships end, most marriages end within the first 7 years. She don't even qualify. She don't even qualify for alimony or nothing like that. You do realize that 70% of women work. What the fuck are you protecting? She bringing just as much financially to the table as you. Most relationships end within 7 years. It take 10 years before you can get to alimony. Most marriages. So you're going to get divorced before the alimony even kick in. What is you worried about? You still going to have to pay for them babies. You can't prenup your way out of them kids, bro. That's why I be laughing at y'all. I'm like, the thing that costs the most money, the thing that brings y'all together the most, that binds y'all the most, you already got it. It's all the white man paperwork is for protection now. It's to protect that. You want to be protected too. If something happens to her, don't you want to be able to take her car and fucking and sell it? Cause you don't want to have to pay 2 car notes. Cause she gone now, right? Something happens to her, God forbid. But now you gotta, how you gonna get I don't understand. Like, what is you gonna do? You gotta go and do all this fucking weird ass paperwork or whatever to get the car out your name, because the car, like, my nigga, go on and get married. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not even, and this is for the niggas who be out here yapping about women not being wives and shit. I'm only talking to y'all. If you ain't saying that shit, I'm not talking about you. I'm not saying, if you in a different situation, you in a different situation. I don't give a fuck. If it don't apply, let it fly. I'm just talking to the niggas that be contradicting themselves every fucking day. That be just living in Delulu, in this world of hypocrisy. In one breath to be like, women don't want to be wives. In another breath, they not married. What? And got a girl, and got kids with the girl. Like, it just get deeper and deeper and deeper. So why do y'all get on here and lie like this? Y'all just slide right into the cults of man, right? I see this shit and I see niggas just in the comments when they talking about this shit, just bashing this woman. Oh, she's a whore. She's a da-da-da. Alicia Keys is? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Y'all saying anything. Y'all just saying anything, man. Y'all literally will say anything to bash women. You will find the stupidest shit because y'all don't got nothing. This is proof that you don't got nothing. You don't got nothing to say about them. If this is the thing you point to, like, see, they just as bad. This is like, yo, what about? This is your whataboutism, right? What the fuck? This is it? This is it. This is the worst thing. This is the worst thing that's going on. This is the worst thing women do is perform, and then her husband defends her. What? Wow. Okay. This cool. Y'all ain't said nothing about it. Alicia Keys, hey, look, man, what y'all should have been talking about is how she can't fucking sing. That's what you should have been talking about. Y'all should have been talking about how she be screaming and not singing. That's what you should have been talking about. Y'all didn't talk about that. Y'all didn't talk about that. That's what I was talking about. I was laughing. I was cackling. As soon as she started playing the piano, I said, Alicia Keys can't sing. That was the first thing out my mouth. And well, people. I was like, oh, shit, here she go. The two non-singing motherfuckers in the game is Alicia Keys and John Legend. They some screamers. They be screaming. They vocal cords be. I know them motherfuckers be strained like a motherfucker. Alicia Keys and John Legend. That's it. That's what I was on. John can't sing, please. John, I done heard Alicia be alright before, but sing? Nah, they can't sing. They can't sing. They losing any sing-off. They losing sing-offs to regular niggas on the street, no doubt about it. John and Alicia Keys will lose. I know people who sing better than John Legend and Alicia Keys. Just regular people. Just regular people that just can sing. For sure. Y'all crazy. But anyways, that was the part about the performance that if I was going to talk about anything, it was going to be her not being able to fucking hit and carry a fucking note to save her life, which has always been her problem, as far as I'm concerned. Love her to death. She can't sing though. She make good songs. She's an artist. She does other things. That's not her thing. It's not her thing. I wasn't mad about nothing else that went on in that show. There was nothing else to argue about. There was no beef. It was all fun and games. Body was bodying. Who just said that? The body was bodying. Man, oh man. Yeah, it was. How you expect Usher to get around her with all of that? How did you expect him? He couldn't move around her with all that. Did you see that thing? He couldn't even get around her. That motherfucker was poking. Nigga couldn't get past her like if he was trying to get by her in the club, that nigga, he was all up against the wall trying to get by her. This shit was crazy. That thing was thangin'. I was like, God damn, what you want that man to do? I think he did well. Because he didn't grab it. He was very respectful. He put his arm right on top of that motherfucker. That nigga arm sat right up here. This was the thing that nigga arm did, just like this. I said Usher a smart man. He was not being disrespectful at all. So I don't know. I'll be honest with you. That thing was the thing was sitting up. The thing was sitting up. Yeah. I think Usher did a great job. Yep. I think Usher did a great job. I think he did good. I think he did good. That's all I know. But I want y'all to please stop people.
Yo, yo, hello. You can hear me?
Mm,
Can you hear me? Can
1804. I don't know, bro.
Can you hear me?
I don't know what's going on.
Hi.
Y'all can hear 1804?
Can y'all hear me?
It's always
I can
something.
I can hear him. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Okay. Can I say
I
something?
can't talk about her body and acknowledge that that her body look good. The fuck,
Okay.
y'all, y'all better grow. You better
Okay.
grow up.
Okay. Can you hear me? Where'd he go? What I realize, a lot of women and men are self-conscious about, what I'm saying, you judging her body or whatever is, and that's their own insecurities. But they're performing. They're performing. They're performing. To me, it's good. They need to put out more black love, more self-love, regardless if they're married or not. Because all this, no disrespect to anybody, gay or home, you know what I'm saying. But that's what you know they put out more that we should be with women, that women should be women and men should be with men, versus the actual extended and the energy of actual black love. There was nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? If people are, feeling insecure about that, or you know what I'm saying, they should check their own personal life. You know what
I
I'm
don't know
saying?
what
They're not stars. You're not stars. You're not on Hollywood. You're not performing. You're not getting millions of dollars for this fucking show.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
think that has
saying? So
anything.
it's,
But
huh?
can you hear me? I don't think that has anything to do with what we're talking about, though. To be fair,
What'd you say?
I I don't think that has anything to do with
No,
what
I
we're
was just
talking
I
about.
was commenting I was commenting about what you were saying about
Oh,
how people were judging about her body and this performance. But yeah,
you
you
just
can
said
go
I
ahead
think it
and
was
I would.
poking out. Yeah, as if that was like not like that it was like her butt was poking out. Like I just made a joke about it, but wasn't like I was demeaning her or nothing like that. Anyways, but yeah, go ahead. 1804.
Yeah. So, as far as the question that you have, um, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with her performance because I mean, her husband don't have no problem with it, and they're in the entertainment business, so I'm pretty sure he was well aware of whatever that may be viewed to the public eye. You know what I'm saying? So me from being in not being in entertainment and being a regular guy, if I was married and I would have a little slight problem with the hugging behind, but that's the only thing. But other than that, I think the performance was great. I think everything went the way it should have went. Showing, discovering, like showing black love and showing how we supposed to.
Right.
That's how it was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When our parents was, going to concerts and whatnot. Like that's not the. To be honest with you, that he did least. I thought it would be more display of a little touching and a little doing more than you usually be doing, but. I think it was. I
He
think
was
it was.
trying to. It looked like he was trying to, and she was like kind of fighting him off, like, "Listen, stop!" While she was singing, just the pointing, and every time when he would get behind her, she would run and walk away. You know what I'm saying? But
I was
Usher gonna
about
be
to
I did
say.
Usher.
not
I
He's
get.
think
known.
I didn't. Wait. I did not get any of those vibes. I didn't get that she was rejecting him at all. I didn't get that anything that happened up there was unwarranted or unrehearsed. The shit seemed very
no.
rehearsed.
It was very
It did.
rehearsed.
It just
It was
seemed like
very
it was
rehearsed.
like flirtatious, but it just seemed like it's going off of what Kiki Palmer and what that shit they started with the serenading. Like it seemed like it was coerced from that. Like Usher's he's that Usher's gonna steal your girl type dude. That's what they're giving. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying? But you were right. It was very rescript. It was script. It was everything was. It was I don't know. It was giving that, but it was still black love. It was still
Okay.
black love. It was in the name of
Yeah,
black love. You know what I'm saying?
that's Usher though. You can't. You can't get mad at Usher, man. Usher been doing this for a very long time, man. That man don't age. Like you just gotta know, who you got as a woman. Like she's
Right,
not out
right,
there,
right,
going out there to disrespect him as a husband. So
right.
she didn't do anything. I don't think she did
I don't
anything
think
that
that,
was.
and I also don't think I don't think that was a representation of black love because they not even in love. So they was, it was literally just on stage performing. Like
No, just
anytime you
the
see two
energy.
black people, they was just on stage performing. I think
No,
that's
just the energy behind it, just the energy of just when you meet a woman, regardless if you're not with her or not, it's still that chemistry between black love. When you look at a woman and you have that spark, when you really have that woman that you really love, you have that spark. You wanna, you know what I'm saying? It shows that, and we need more of that. That old school vibe of true black love. They didn't have to be married. It's just the intentions behind it. Just we need to promote that more.
okay. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I got it. I'm gonna get on to the next people. Thanks, hustler. What up, Marv?
Hey, what's going on with? Hey, I agree with you, bro. I mean, so this situation when it comes to Alicia Keys, I'm cool with it because she's an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it a buck, bro. If you went to the Usher show in Vegas, chilling in the crowd, and you
Mm-hmm.
your wife up there,
Mm-hmm.
be cool with it?
I'm gonna record it.
You gonna record it?
I don't give a fuck.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you keeping it a buck, bro. I remember in the past you said that you got in a situation where a dude like made a comment about your wife's body and you was ready to scrap. So
Yeah, he was. That's because that's disrespect. Because that's not a performance. You don't understand the difference. Like if Usher came up to my wife and was like, "Damn, you look good. Let me get your number." Yes, that would be disrespectful. But if Usher put her on stage and did a performance, I would not.
So
I would.
so it's just because it's Usher to you. That's all it is. It's because it's Usher.
No,
Say
it's because he's a performer and it's
okay,
a
that's what I'm
performance.
saying. Yeah, it's Usher. So he's a performer. It's because it's Usher, right? That's what you're saying. So if
Not
it's a
because it's
random
Usher.
dude, you wouldn't be cool with it.
It's because it's a performance.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
because it's Usher. It's a performer doing a performance as opposed to a person out in public approaching my woman when I go to the bathroom and complimenting her and trying to get her number while I'm in the restroom. You don't think
Okay.
that those two things are
Yeah,
different?
that's fair. That's fair. Okay, that's fair. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying like if you're in a club and a dude's on your wife, you gonna approach him
Once
and
again,
you
hold
gonna
on.
step to
Once
him.
again, let's take it back. Let's take it back. If my wife and I are in the club and some dude, random dude, approaches my wife and just tries to accost her and physically assault her, that is not acceptable.
Okay.
Once again, if a performer pulls my wife up on stage and my wife consents to that and it's a performance, then I will allow it because it's a performance. It's
Okay.
not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same thing.
yeah.
I
I
don't
hear you.
understand
I
what the
hear
fuck
you.
is
You,
going
you
on.
know, I can actually get with that, bro. I just wanted to see where your head was and if you was gonna keep it a buck or not, because what I'm saying it's for entertainment. I probably wouldn't have a big issue with it myself, just because it is Usher. If it's just some dude and some random performer that I don't know. I mean, I love Usher. You know what I'm saying? If he pulled my girl up there, I'm like, it's Usher. But if it's a random dude and I don't really know him like that, and we just at a comedy show or like whatever, I'm trying to say like a little small show. Nah, bro, you're not pulling my wife on
It
stage.
de- it de- it depends on the performance, and also it's really up to my wife. It's not up to me. I don't get to tell her that it's
Well, I
inappropriate.
think it
Now,
depends on your wife. Yeah, the girl I date, she probably wouldn't be cool with a random doing that. So
yeah. So if she doesn't want it, then I don't want it. I'm not gonna be the one telling her like, go up there, let him. Like if she's like, I'm uncomfortable, don't do it. But if she's
yeah,
like, yeah, I want to go up there because it's fine because I understand it's not a problem, then go up there, have fun. You think I'm gonna be mad at? No, go do your thing.
yeah, for
Like
sure.
the thing is that I'm I don't want to. It teeters on the line of controlling. But I get if you like. I don't even knock you for feeling like that's disrespectful to you. That's your. Everybody has boundaries. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not knocking you if your boundaries aren't that. You see what I mean? Like if your boundaries are, if your boundaries are, I wouldn't allow that because I feel uncomfortable with that. I'm not gonna sit here and say you're insecure. I'm not gonna sit here and say blah blah blah. Like I'm not gonna do that. But all I ask is if that's the case, then you be consistent about everything then. Right? It gotta go both ways all the time. You can never be like, oh, only in this instance is like that, because a lot of times men will act like that's their boundary, but then conveniently when it's reversed, the man don't they don't say shit about the men. Right? Like
Nah,
if
for
it's the
sure.
other way around, like if Janet Jackson pulls you on stage, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But if Usher pulls your girl on stage, then
Good point.
she's a
Good point.
harlot
Good point.
and she's a whore. And I'm like, yeah, it has to go both ways though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Cause I ain't
See
gonna
what
lie,
I'm
I'm be
saying?
like, babe, it's Janet Jackson. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I'm gonna let her know, and she gonna know. You know what I'm saying? I
And
had to let it fly.
Janet go way harder than Usher do on that type of shit.
Yeah,
Way harder.
yeah, yeah. But that's all I wanted to see, bro. I know you probably got other people that want to come up.
I
You know,
do.
I just want to ask you that.
All right, fam. I appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah, I wanna be clear. It gotta be a 1-to-1. What up?
What's good with you, man?
Shit.
I
Nothing.
just want to come up and say I appreciate what you're doing, man, because for one, to wake up and see, even not before I went to sleep last night, I think people just be looking for something just to go bash people about. Like let's break down the performance. Usher did his thing. It started off slow, but I guess he had to get everybody out the way. But then that thing turned up. One of the best performances I've seen at the Super Bowl halftime in a long time. So I'm giving him props for that. And the Alicia Keys thing, he was bringing out different people. That's what made it so explosive. As far as him grabbing her, you can see her face. She went with it, but it wasn't like she was like, okay, but it's showmanship. They putting on the show. They want to give you what it was. They probably wanted to do that just to give people something to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the fact that Swiss Beats, he already said, you're not going to start no drama over here. My home, my house, everything good. I'm not worried about it. So, how is everybody in America worried about something that this man ain't even worried about? You know what I'm saying? They sitting here stressed about what this man, how he should feel. This man basically said, tweeted, I'm good. We good over here. I respect. He understands his showmanship, his performance. If he grabbed it, he looked at her butt like he wanted to grab. That's all show. Everybody know you get caught slipping around Usher, he'll take your girl. So
I don't even think Usher be on that type of
no,
time. That's
I'm
the
just saying,
funniest
you know
thing.
the old saying with the song and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the little thing he got out there. But I think everybody's on that Kiki Palmer thing and thinking Usher just out here hunting for everybody woman. Like if she's single, he don't want her. He wants somebody that somebody else
Hold on.
want. And that's not
Wait,
that's the
Usher is
stigma.
married too? Usher is married right now? I didn't know Usher was married.
Oh, he's still married? I thought he got divorced. How many times Usher been married? About 7?
I didn't know Usher was married again. Is Usher married? Am I tripping?
Yeah, I
Oh, he
don't
just
know.
got married. So Usher is married too. Why y'all not talking? Wait a minute.
Wow.
Hold on. That changes. Hold on, wait.
That changes everything. I didn't know he was married either.
But he's engaged. Whatever, married or engaged, it don't
It's
matter.
still the same
Usher got a
thing.
girl. Usher got a girl, right? Okay, I didn't even know that.
So why they
And
not
y'all over
worried
here
about what the
talking.
hell his woman think? You know what I'm
Why y'all
saying?
not worried about what this woman saying? Why y'all only worried about Alicia Keys?
What Swiss say? Like I say, man, I thought the
I had
performance
no
was
idea.
amazing.
Oh my God, that's
Over
amazing.
10 years? Wow.
Y'all are hey man, these niggas really be really exposing their hip hop. I didn't even know. That would have been the whole thing. That would have been the whole discussion. I
Yes, it
didn't
wouldn't
even
even
know
been
that.
about Swiss. It'd have been about how Usher fiance or wife feel about this. Is she good? She's
Wow.
obviously good with this because he's been doing this in performances. He's pulling people on the stage all the time. So I think she's obviously good with that. She knows what comes with the territory. That's the thing. When you're messing with a celebrity, you gotta know what comes with the territory. That's just like an actor. So you mean to tell me if you Megan Good's husband and she's doing a movie scene with old boy Tay Diggs
Yeah.
from thing, so
You
they
gonna
have
run in there and pull her out? Oh, you
you
can't
gonna
do
go in there and pull
that.
out. You know what I'm saying? So she got to finish the scene. So it's all part of the show, man. So that's all I want to come up and say, man. People got their pennies in the water about something that this man or this other man wife ain't even talking about.
I didn't even. Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you guys for telling me. I had no idea Usher was engaged or married or whatever, anything with a girl, had a woman. All you gotta do is have a woman. I don't give a fuck. You ain't got to be married. Just have a
Exactly.
woman in a committed relationship. That's crazy. And y'all they not talking about that. They only talking about Swiss. Of course, it's Alicia Keys is the problem she's the harlot. Not the man who was in y'all mind, I'm saying. Even in y'all mind, y'all not mad at the man who is groping her, because that's what y'all are telling us. He was groping her, right? Y'all not mad. The people saying she looked uncomfortable. Y'all not mad at him. You not mad at him. You mad at her? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Y'all don't make no sense.
bro.
Ever.
Fact.
Ever. That makes zero fucking sense. That's crazy.
Well, all right,
Oh,
Pooper, man. I know
man.
you got other people trying to get up here, man. I just wanted to come up here and
I
say that, and I
appreciate you.
appreciate you doing it, because I was going to do it damn loud, because I'm like, man, I'm tired of these people out here trying to make like this and that, man. It was just a show. Swiss Beats and said he ain't worried about it. So y'all gonna sit here and talk about something all day that this man wife or fiance or this woman husband ain't even worried about, but y'all gonna sit here and yap about it all day.
They're gonna be mad about it all day. They're gonna drag it out for a week.
Yes,
And
well, you know they gonna drag it.
they're gonna drag it out for a week and say how every woman is Alicia Keys and don't no woman deserve a wedding ring, and that just another reason to not marry the girl who been sleeping next to you for 20 fucking years. And you got
Okay.
19 kids with, and you already on a mortgage with her and shit, but
I'm
you
gonna
don't
tell
want
you
to.
this right now. If you sleep with a motherfucker fucking forget, you go 20 years, bro. I mean, shit. Hey, something ain't right. He don't wanna be there. You know what I'm saying? Some people say it takes 6 months to 2 years. I say anywhere from 6 months to 2 years, maybe 3. But you get into 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and y'all still talking about some we engaged or we dating. It's a joke.
That shit crazy. Hey man, G4, I appreciate you, man. Oh, that was crazy. Y'all gotta really stop. I'll be really rooting for y'all. I'll be really rooting for y'all to be better people, but whew.
It ain't happening no time soon.
Hold on. Wait, but real quick, I gotta go
I
back to
hate to
this.
be the bearer of bad news.
So y'all mean to tell me that this man is married, but y'all not talking nothing about how his wife might. Y'all mean to tell me this man got a whole wife? Y'all ain't saying nothing about this man's wife. All y'all talking about is this woman who, in this particular case, wouldn't the problem be Usher? If there's a problem in this, here's what I'm saying. Let me play devil's advocate, right? Which I hate to do, but I want to, even in y'all's minds, even in y'all mind that y'all built up this Boogie Monster scenario that this woman is a harlot. Okay, cool. But wouldn't the person who is the actual problem be this guy, not her? Didn't he grab her? Didn't he touch her? She didn't touch him. She didn't walk around him. She didn't hug him from the back. She didn't grab his penis. She didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understand. Like, what the fuck? Shit is amazing.
So for anybody confused in the comments, Usher and his longtime fiance, mother of his 2 youngest children. I don't know if y'all knew that. Usher got 2 little babies. The mother of those children he's been with for a while. They just got married this past weekend. They got married, I think, after the Super Bowl or either before or something. He just got married. So I don't know if he was already married during the performance or what, but even if he wasn't, he's been with this same woman for many years. They have 2 children together. So even with the whole Keke Palmer situation, he was married then too, or he had a longtime girlfriend that he was with, fiance, whatever, that he had children with. So both times Usher was in a relationship and nobody maybe didn't know that, but nobody talked about it. They only focused on the women that were in relationships and how they were wrong, even though, like Public just said, both times Usher was the one that was really like, performing. I don't think Usher was doing anything wrong either. Usher was being Usher. He's performing. We all know Usher's like his whole claim to fame or whatever. He's like a sex symbol. He's a good singer. He's a sex symbol. He's a ladies' man. Like that's a part of his image. That's his brand. So every single time we see him doing this is sure playing up on his brand. But y'all are just always just so mentally unwell that you look for any little small insignificant reason to be upset. Like y'all are more mad about what this woman did on stage while she was performing than her actual husband. Like, I need you to go find a wife to be mad about, because y'all more
Also,
mad at Alicia Keys than her actual husband, and that is just unhinged behavior.
I also want to add, Okay, take the Alicia Keys part out. Now with this knowledge that he's married or has a fiance or whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. Now let's take that part out, right? Since we talking about being disrespectful to our spouses, thirst trapping and whatnot. What about when he took off his shirt? That wasn't. I didn't give a fuck about that. That's Usher. I expected Usher to do that shit. I expected it. I was so happy when he did it. It was hilarious. Did Usher not take his shirt off in front of 1 billion people, 2 billion people? And he got a whole thing. Like, wouldn't that be, like, what is the equivalent of that for a woman? I'm sorry, like, that isn't that, like, you don't do that if you're married? You're not supposed to take off your shirt and show the whole world that and be half naked in front of the whole. I'm playing y'all game. I don't believe this to be true. I'm just saying I'm trying to let you know, if you are mad at this, and you got to be mad at it all. Why is it that the one thing that y'all mad at is him, her? Out of all of this shit, out of all things that happened in that show, you're mad at her. You're not mad at him grabbing her, right? You're not mad at him taking his shirt off and being married. You're not mad at that because that's disrespectful. I don't see none of y'all talking about they don't raise men to be husbands anymore because he's a married man groping a woman, right? In y'all mind. Y'all ain't saying nothing about that. They're not raising men to be, but her allowing him to do it, that she's not a wife. She's not wife material. She's I'm just saying it gotta go both ways. I would be more prone to believing y'all if y'all was more consistent. I would be more, and when I say believing you, I would be more prone into thinking you actually had like standards if it was consistent. But I know you niggas don't have standards. Because once again, I know that if Janet Jackson pulled you up on stage or whatever the equivalent of that is, if Jill Scott pulled you up on stage, y'all will be down for it. It don't fucking matter. You will be down for it. But and that's you doing it for free. She was up there. She was a part of the fucking show. They rehearsed this and everything. And y'all was over here acting salty about it. Like, man, I don't know. Never mind. Y'all gotta stop.
Really upset about that. That's the thing. Like, I saw another live this morning about this, and I was listening to what a lot of the men were saying, and I'm like, when are we
That's
gonna
crazy. What's up?
rebrand bitter woman or bitter single woman? When are we gonna start calling these men bitter? Because that's all I hear. There are a lot of bitter men. Because if you literally look at celebrities, performers, entertainers, it's like watching a movie and seeing two people kissing and you pissed off because one of them in a relationship or two of them in a relationship. Like, these people are not acting. Like, y'all are finding anything to be upset about, and at this point we got to call it what it is. It's bitterness. Y'all are just bitter. Y'all are bitter about women. Y'all are bitter at women, and you look for any reason to justify your bitterness. That's all I hear.
That's facts. Go ahead, Hennessy. You're muted. You gotta unmute, brother.
Is that better? Can you hear me now? All right, well, check this out. Number one, I agree with her, man. Man, there's so many things we could be like paying attention to other than, don't take the offense of it, else you're taking his shirt off. I mean, you got to look at it and really I look at it as entertainment. Number one, they rehearse all that. They rehearse it. That's real. They rehearse that before they even get there. So I'm pretty sure she knew how the show was going to go. And plus, them being married, I mean, like, Usher just got married. She's obviously married to Swiss Beats. I'm pretty sure nothing's going on. I mean, it don't look like it is. I mean, from my account, from what I've seen. And personally, when I looked at it, it was kind of like they were not doing things, which in the video they did. So, I mean, like, even like if you go into all that stuff, like people in videos, some of these people in videos, they have, significant others. They're actors. In the grand scheme of things, like, is that really important? I mean, they didn't get paid for it. The most money they're going to make is probably out of endorsements.
Mm-hmm. Or streams.
Streams, too. Definitely streams.
Yep.
And endorsements. So, like, from them two, and I'm just saying what we've known, and I mean, growing up, Usher, growing up knowing Alicia Keys too, and knowing her husband Swizz Beatz, one of the greatest producers I've ever seen. I really didn't see anything that would
Inappropriate.
make me uncomfortable. Like I was like
Yeah.
sitting here like, man, Usher's really all over Alicia. I would say he really wasn't. He was just going with the song like they did on the video. If it was so salacious, I mean, it just wasn't. It didn't really bother me. I mean, I expected him to take his shirt off. I mean, he was singing "You Got It Bad." What would you expect? It's Usher. That's just real,
That shit
man.
was the performance was vicious.
It
It seemed like I can't believe y'all at this point. I'm cool with them just putting up getting Guns N' Roses and getting half the Beatles together to perform at the halftime show. Cause you niggas, every time some black people perform, y'all try to find some type
I ain't hating
some
on it.
type of
Damn.
controversy in it. Like,
Man,
nigga,
I do
Jesus
music
Christ.
myself, so I really look at it just as entertainment. I don't really think they did anything bad. I was fairly happy with the part when he brought out Jermaine Dupri. Oh yeah, and not
Luda.
no, not before Luda though. Lil Jon.
Oh, Lil Jon, yeah. Lil Jon was rocking.
Yeah. That made me happy. I mean, when Lil Jon came turn down for what? That's what really sparked me out. That was my favorite part of the show. Is when Lil
That's what's
Jon
up.
came in.
Hey, Hennessy, I appreciate you coming up, fam. I got a few people in the
We
queue. I'm
good,
gonna
but man,
rotate.
dude, we gotta support
Appreciate
them people. Let that stuff go, man. It's more important stuff to like
right.
look at. Bet, bro.
Yeah, man.
I feel like it's
Where you at?
be like over, like nothing is innocent anymore. Like this whole like, and I know that it's manufactured. There's people on TikTok that just need something to talk about, and like I said, it's these bitter men that just need a reason to be bitter. But it's just sad when like nothing can be innocent anymore. Like everything has to be so overly sexualized, from the hug with Alicia Keys and Usher to the dress that Blue Ivy wore to the Grammys. Like everything that especially black women do just have to be so overly sexualized and over scrutinized, and it has to be some bigger point behind it or some bigger story or this. Like it's just crazy that like we just can't be ever. And it's like very disheartening that a lot of times it's us doing it to each other. Like it's us, constantly just pinpointing and picking at everything a black woman does, or down to a black child. Like I've seen so many things about Blue Ivy's Grammy dress because she was showing cleavage. Like I'm just sick of it. I'm just
I
tired.
miss all of these. I ain't heard nothing about none of it. I would have missed all of this if people didn't send me. Like, my wife woke me up and was like, "This look at what they're talking about on lives today," and I was like, "Oh wow, people are stupid." Mario, what are you talking about? Wait, y'all. Give me a second. Mario, I brought him up. I don't want to go ahead, brother. What you yapping about today?
No, I'm not yapping about nothing. You the one with this crazy prompt up here, pinpointing men for something that you know dang well that it's not men talking about.
Are men not talking about this? Is this not what? Who? Am I making this up?
There's
Also,
there's literally other lives of men talking about this, bro.
literally.
Multiple lives of women talking about this and men on the panel. Yes,
All
man.
right. So
It's
so
not
maybe you
just
should
that men bringing
spin
it up.
maybe you should spin the TikTok block before you come in here with the
I have, and we can miss that whole point. But continue,
Hold up.
public.
Mario yapping. He wrong. And and then you said I was live during the Super Bowl. I wasn't.
All right, if you say so. I definitely seen you yesterday on live, but all right.
Yeah, I was live. Everybody y'all was in here. Was I not? Did I not end it when the Super Bowl started? And then I watched the Super Bowl and I didn't go live again till today.
Well, maybe I missed when you got off because I wasn't going to stay in the live. I was just scrolling for a second during the commercials.
Okay.
so
Yeah.
there's no relevancy in what you just said there.
Mr. Hope, you want to
Nothing.
be relevant in this conversation?
Hold on. So you just mad. So what are you mad about?
I'm not
Are you
mad
mad
about
because I'm
I'm
exposing
literally
the fact that
no,
you're
exposing what?
hypocritical
You're
and
exposing
you
what,
wrong?
public? Try again.
Sir. So are you upset because you're one of the men that's like fake mad about this, and you feel like you don't want me exposing the fact that you're a fucking hypocrite? Like, what is your gripe? Because you just lied,
No,
or you were wrong.
I'm not
I don't
mad
know if you
about
lied
this
or
at
you
all.
were wrong. I don't know. Wait, I don't know if you you're just wrong twice, right? So I'll give you that. I'll give you the grace because you be wrong all the time. You don't know what you're talking about. So you didn't do any. Once again, you did no research. You came in here all puffing in the chest, and
So
we already established that men
did we
are
establish
mainly
that
the
you were
ones
on
that.
live yesterday?
Hold on, Mario.
We established that you were on live yesterday.
Stop. Huh?
You literally said during the Super Bowl. He got off before the Super Bowl, so you
Yeah.
were wrong.
Live yesterday.
Yeah. Say that again, Mario.
Say I saw you on live yesterday.
I just said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said that you were on live yesterday. You established that you were on live yesterday.
No.
What you said
Time out.
was you saw him
Before-
on live during the
That's
Super
before you got
Bowl.
off.
Time out, y'all. Time out. Look. Mario, this is what you said. These are your words. Public, you gotta stop. You getting desperate for content. You was on live during the Super Bowl. Your words. You said I was live during the Super Bowl. I wasn't. I stopped before the Super Bowl because I watched the whole entire Super Bowl. I watched them sing the national anthem. I watched the whole thing. So I wasn't live during the Super Bowl. So you were wrong. Instead of you acknowledging that, like, oh, I was wrong, my fault.
All right.
No.
Yeah, I was wrong. My fault. You wasn't live during the Super Bowl, but I got off before you got off, so I didn't know how long you was on for.
So you was just yapping.
So like I said,
So you wait.
excuse me.
So let's be fair. And clear. Nope. Don't unmute Mario. Let's be fair and clear. So you said that to try to make it seem like I'm being desperate. So wouldn't that negate the whole thing? Because I was literally watching the Super Bowl like everybody else was.
Desperate for
right?
content is still there.
So you wait. So you were wrong about that.
I was wrong.
And then you're saying I'm getting desperate for content. Why? I'm not the one who's getting up here acting fake mad about Alicia Keys and Usher's performance. That's desperation for content. Those are the people that are desperate for content. I don't have to talk about them. I would not have talked about their performance at all. I don't give a fuck about it. I thought it was
doing it. What are you talking? You don't have to, yet you're doing it. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, because this is what I do. I literally talk every day. I talk about the hypocrisy of men. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about niggas like you coming up here lying.
How is
Again, another day, another live about me pointing out the fact that niggas like Mario get online and be loud and wrong.
How is this?
That's what I'm doing.
So let me clarify. How is this not? How is this hypocrisy when men have spread a problem about this from day one? Being that when Usher first did this or whatever with Keke Palmer, they had a problem with it. And now when he does it with Alicia Keys, they still have a problem with it. But now women are showing a problem with it as well. And you're jumping online about this instead. But you didn't have any problem about when Keke did it.
Who said I didn't?
You didn't do a live about it?
I did.
No, you didn't. You did a live saying it was perfect.
See that? You're just wrong. You're just wrong. I did do a live about Keke.
So you did a live about it, but you were on a different side about it. You were on a whole
on the same side I'm on right now. Mind your fucking business. That is a grown woman. I didn't see anything disrespectful. I talked about her outfit not being. I did a live about it. I said the same fucking thing. I'm not like you, bro. I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar, and I'm not loud and wrong. I may be loud, but I ain't wrong.
Public. You lie.
And I may tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie, bro.
Stop it. You lie plenty. You lie plenty.
Please. I just caught you in fucking 5 lies
All
right
right,
now.
Mario.
Hold on, wait. You barely. Hold on, wait. You barely come on my lives. You barely come up here. But every time you do, I catch you in multiple lies. You've been up here for 5 minutes, and I've caught you in a lie. You've been lying this whole time.
Every time I come up here, you want to what's it called? Move the goalpost 10 times until you can make your point stand strong.
I move the goalpost.
Yes, absolutely, every time.
Nigga, it don't know what move the goalpost mean. I'll show you what move the goalpost mean, Mario. When you make wait. When you came up here, when you was in the comments all hot and heavy, right? And you said that I went live during the Super Bowl as to try to act like I'm desperate for content, right? So then I brought you up here and Hope vouched for me and everybody in the comments said, oh, he wasn't live during the Super Bowl. And instead of you going, oh, I was wrong, you moved the goalpost and said, oh, well, I got off before and I really didn't know and blah, 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 blah. But nigga, that's moving the goalpost. That's what moving the goalpost looks like.
And I said I was wrong, public, but you want to do it.
But you still yapping. Hold on, look. You still yapping.
So you still desperate for content because you're still desperate for content. My comment was not wrong. You are still desperate for content.
It literally was wrong.
You're still desperate for content.
It literally was wrong.
And it's okay. It's okay. To be desperate for content.
You desperate for attention. And I'm sorry I get
to drop me. It's okay.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I gave you the attention. I was hoping that you could come up here and be a regular human being for 5 seconds, but instead I bring you up here and you start lying right on cue. That's crazy. That's crazy. The amount of lies that you niggas tell in front of 700, 500 people is crazy. I don't even be understanding it. Just say what you really feel, bro. Just say what you really feel. Like, don't come up here with some like here's the thing. You're never gonna like you can't trick me, right? So you might as well just be honest. You can't trick me. I don't know why you act like I don't know how many times I gotta prove to you cannot trick me. You can't manipulate me. You can't gaslight me. You said I'm desperate for content. Why? How? Prove it. In what way? I don't start fake beefs. I don't do that.
Desperate for
How?
content. Y'all give us content every time you open your mouth. Like, we can read one of your comments and bam, content. Like, you don't have to be, y'all give so much. If you want to talk about misogyny, you ain't never got to be desperate for content. Every time y'all write a comment, there we go. Got a whole new live.
Yeah. And I could talk about it because that's what I do. I don't understand. Like, that's literally what my platform is about. Is about exposing misogyny. That's what I do. So if a situation like this
Like,
arises,
y'all are the content.
you're the content. Like, and there's an endless amount of it. And I get online and I swipe and I see 5 dudes, or even if a woman is having a panel, that doesn't mean she's talking about it from the same perspective that the men are, because I didn't really watch many women talk about it. I did, however, see 3 lives that I was sent that dudes were talking about it, and they were all saying the same thing. And they was all on that, like, women ain't ready to be wives yet, and blah, 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 blah. That's what I saw. And I was like, oh yeah, this is weird. That's a weird take. So my brain instantly said, wait, why didn't y'all care about this? Why didn't y'all say nothing about that? And here I go talking about it in front of you all now. Because it is interesting how a lot of men will continuously push these bullshit ass agendas and then act like if you call it out, you're pushing an agenda. Nigga, no, I just see y'all pushing some bullshit. Like, what's going on? My fault, Hope. Go ahead, brother. I know you've been up here for a minute. Go ahead.
All right, so I wanted to say this. I wanted to make 3 points. One, inside the industry, like, what we have to realize is that 99% of the stuff that we see from these entertainers is all for propaganda, to push something that is about to come out or has come out, right? So before I speak on the Alicia Keys and Usher joint, I just want to take it back to what's the old girl named when he was performing in Vegas? Kiki, right?
Mm-hmm.
If y'all realize, right, that was also scripted, right? The
It's
whole
always
thing
scripted,
was scripted, right? And
huh?
the reason is because if you remember, Usher just came out with a new single. Now, for those of you who don't know the process that it takes to have a single drop, is an extensive, long period of time of engineering. You do minimal engineering when the artist is inside the booth recording. But then you have to mix and master the track. Mixing and mastering can take between 24 up to 96 hours. Then you have to do all the legalities of the paperwork, make sure everybody get paid before you publish it, right? So when that joint happened with Kiki Palmer and Usher, if y'all paid attention, the very next day he dropped his single about the one where he was singing that I'll, like, if your man is looking for me, whatever, like, I'm not hard to find. That single was done weeks or months in advance. And that whole thing that happened with Kiki and her boyfriend being upset was all propaganda.
I don't
Just
know
to
about
push
that.
his single. It truly is. It truly is. And I'm going to speak on it from first hand because one of my boys like worked with Usher, Jay-Z, and T.I. When it came out, me and him, we had a conversation, and y'all could Google this dude. Like, he was nominated for Oscars and stuff like that. His name is Shane Foster. We had a conversation about it. It was all for propaganda to push his new single that came out, and his new single did numbers. because of the fallout that happened with Kiki and her boyfriend, well, her baby father, right? The performance with Alicia Keys and Usher, those performances are practiced over and over and over and
Yeah.
over again for months.
That for sure was rehearsed.
For
No doubt about
months.
it. No doubt
For
about it.
months. Right?
Mhm.
So if y'all know Alicia Keys and Switch Beats, they're together a lot. Not to mention, Switch Beats and Usher are actually friends, right?
Yeah.
It is all sex sells. We know that inside the industry, sex sells, hands down. There's always going to be some type of sexual content inside any type of music to push the sales, right? They did the video. He did more touching inside the video than he did on stage.
Oh yeah.
Let's
He was
let's
they was touching each other in
let's
that. They
be
was
honest.
face to face,
You
like
know what I'm saying?
looking like they was gonna kiss and shit in the video, if I remember correctly.
And at that time, she was dating Switch Beats.
Mm.
So let's just put all the cards on the table. She was dating Switch Beats at that time when they did that video.
Yeah.
You
I
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I think everything about these. The only thing I disagree with is I don't think the Kiki Palmer shit was scripted. I think that shit. I think what happened with that is even if that single was recorded before, I think that reaction that men have is very common. And so Usher made a song about that reaction. The reaction that Kiki Palmer's boyfriend had after, she was at the concert, that reaction happens a lot. I think that's a common reaction from men. I think that, you know what I'm saying? So Usher and whoever helped make that song, they just wrote that song because that's you know what I mean? Like that's just like a normal reaction that men have in that scenario, that a lot of men have in that scenario, right? And then lo and behold, the Kiki Palmer shit just happened to happen within that, time frame. And then they might have, because they did after the fact kind of play on it. I could believe that, but I don't believe that all that shit is scripted. Like nobody's that much of a genius, bro. Like honestly, like
All right, let me
they're
break
not
it
that
down
smart.
to you, right? One, he was performing in
Wait,
Vegas.
Also, wait, but also all the shit that transpired after that they would have like there was like court filing, like all of that shit was scripted. Nah, bro, not even.
All right, so let me break it down to you, right? One, he was performing in Vegas, the entertainment central of America, right? That's one. Two, when Kiki Palmer went to his show, she was backstage with Usher before he got on stage,
Okay.
right? Three, freaking, whenever there's another entertainer inside the building, they're going to take that opportunity to capitalize
Yeah. Okay.
both
I can
of
see
them
that.
getting that publicity. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So if you look at the things that transpired afterwards, right? Kiki
Mhm.
Palmer baby father was on several radio stations, right? Doing interviews. He got paid for that, right?
Okay.
So like it just goes back to like the saying that Easy E said, right? He said all publicity is good publicity. Right? No,
Mm,
listen, just hear from like the entertainment, like as us like regular civilians, we look at it differently. But you gotta look at it from a different standpoint from the entertainment side, right? So
no, but I've been
like
in there though, brother. That's what hope. I'm
like
trying to tell you. I've been in there. I've been behind this. I know what it looked like. I'm telling you, them niggas ain't that smart.
so like just like
Ain't enough genius in the world to pull that shit off, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that they like that none of it was thought out. Like, I'm not saying that when Kiki saw Usher backstage, it wasn't like some like I'm gonna come up to you type shit. Like I can see that happening. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not the same thing. But the shit that happened afterwards, no. That was organic as fuck. That was that was organic as shit, bro. That was organic juice. Like that shit happened organically. His reaction to her, the way that their relationship broke down. Like Kiki wouldn't have signed up for that to push a single from Usher. Nah, bro. She wouldn't have did that.
what I'm
They
saying
wouldn't they
is
wouldn't be in court right now
so
because of no. They're still dealing with it right now, Hope. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't make any sense. It would make more sense if it was something that just like flamed out really quickly, then maybe you can make that case. They're literally still in the throes of that case right now. Like they're in it right now. They're still in the beef right now. It's not fake. Is what's going on now still to sell the albums? Still to push the single?
No, I'm saying her coming up there, the part where she did with Usher, like that
Mhm.
was to push his joint. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Now,
I can believe that. Yeah.
oh boy is human. He is human.
Yep.
So, I mean, all the backlash that came up on after everything that took place, I can
Hmm.
understand his reaction. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is,
Well,
at
saying his reaction.
at well, I'm not saying he's justifiable in what he did,
Yeah.
but for him as the person that he is, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what's going through his head on an everyday basis. You feel me? But I'm just saying like like with all the backlash that came from it, I understand how he freaking started to act out. Now, did he act out in the right way? No, I don't agree with that. But I understand that part of what you're saying. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is the part of the performance. I'm like I can say with a certainness that that part of her coming up and Usher doing what he was doing, that was spoken about. Now, all the other backlash that he had to deal with him being called a simp and all that other stuff, that part wasn't business, no. But her coming up there was to push his single that came out the very next day that everything took place.
Maybe. I wouldn't put that past either one of them. But hey, Ho, I appreciate you coming up, bro. I got a few people in the queue. I gotta rotate them. I gotta get you, man. Appreciate you. Sean, what's
Oh,
good?
hey, what's happening? This whole thing is going a little crazy as I've seen on different lives. I'm gonna preface this by saying, I'm a professional actor in New York. I've been doing it about like 17, 18 years. And people have to understand as entertainers, as actors, singers, our job is to basically entertain. And basically, like when we're acting, we have to basically show you something that looks truthful on stage, on TV, on film, that we've rehearsed over and over and over again. I see a lot of projection that's coming from, like, I guess I would call it vanilla people that are not in the business. Like, we do things that we have to do things outside the box. I've worked with people on sets that are married and we just do our scene and that's it. It stays there. It has to look truthful. So, you know what I equate this? Like I see a lot of people acting, oh, I would never do this. I like, when like a jealous boyfriend has a girlfriend and he's accusing her of cheating because he's cheating. I see a lot of that projection going on. Like this is entertainment. They've rehearsed this for, like the dude said, for months. This is not a spur of the moment thing. He's not trying to steal Swiss Beats his wife. Like I don't like you. We have to separate them because it's Usher. Usher's been doing this for like what 30 years.
Yep.
And this is why you watch Usher. This
Hmm.
is in his wheelhouse. And now you want to get people are getting offended and I don't understand what you want us as entertainers to do. You want us to be like if Usher were like a very prim and proper person, y'all would not pay attention to him. Y'all would not watch him. Y'all would not watch actors on TV. Like and I'm hearing this like well all these people are like behind the scenes swingers or something. Like dude, this is just for entertainment. Just take it for face value unless you see something the next day where Alicia Keys leaves Swiss Beats for it's like you got to take it
Yeah.
for what it is. It's just entertainment. That's all it is.
Hmm. It's a tough thing. It's hard for some people to accept that, but it is what it is. And they know it's entertainment, but that gets lost conveniently when it's a man, when a woman is the in the scenario with like in a scenario like this.
And I
That
see
gets
it's,
that
it,
gets lost really
yeah, it
quickly.
gets lost in translation and I see people going at the woman
Hmm.
and it's like guys, it's like she doesn't have obviously she don't have a problem with it. he doesn't have a
Mhm.
problem with it. Y'all were entertained, and I guess like I mean we're talking about it. I guess that's what the thing is now. Now we have to like go on lives and people are like there are people literally fighting like no this da 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 he's wrong you should be he's a married man. I'm like so if Idris Elba does a scene kissing a woman he should get a divorce like this is
He just did a he did a movie with that one woman. They were like talking about it, like,
like
and I mean they were just talking about yeah. They talked about their like love scenes and shit in there, and he's married and she's married.
yeah
Kate Winslet. They did a whole movie together, and they were talking about it and shit like that. I'm like, shit happens all the time, man.
yeah
Like,
and these things are rehearsed. These are not they're rehearsed in front of hundreds of people on set. This is not like some you know, oh, we're gonna just go and do this and go at it. Like, no, this is a lot of blocking is involved, a lot of technical stuff is involved. It's a lot of things involved to make it look like. That's why people. I mean, I guess we as actors should be happy that you feel something because that's our job to make you feel something.
mhm.
You know, I mean, that's I mean, basically all I got to say.
Yeah, man, you ain't wrong. I appreciate you. Um, I appreciate you coming up, fam. I'm get to the next person.
No
Though. Thanks,
problem.
Sean. Yep. Um, Chan, did you want to say something?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay.
You can drop me if you.
Okay. Uh, a professional wrestler. That's dope as hell. Go ahead, Big Red.
Well, what I was going to say is basically the same thing Sean said. It's projection. They feel that if they were the Alicia Keys in that situation, they would go forward and go all out and do the things. Most women
Yep.
don't think like that. It's me. I'm actually going through that right now where I'm dating someone who is, oh, you can't go outside and wear that. Oh, that's how you answer the door. What do you have on? You don't need to be walking around like that in front of your son. Like, it's projection because they are hornballs. They think that women are hornballs just like them. Yes, we have sexual urges and sexual tendencies as well, but I'm not projecting that on every person that I see. Like that's weird.
Um, are you said you're with this person?
No, we not together no more. I finally
Oh,
broke.
okay.
No. That was what I was
Okay.
having to deal with. Is someone like constantly, what are you doing? Why are you wearing that? It was a big age gap in our different age gap between us. So we are in two different generations. I'm a millennial. He was Gen X. So there's that respectability politics. I don't believe in all of that. Like, I'm not censoring how I am because you feel insecure about who you are or you think that I'm going to go off and do something with someone else. I don't think like that.
I feel you. I was about to say. I was about to ask some questions about that. Like, what the fuck? You got
No,
about
no,
it,
no,
man.
no.
That's good.
No.
I
I
feel
had to
like
get up out
too
of there.
when we think about this, when we think about this, it's like y'all can't tell us anymore that anything is like, oh, it was innocent. Oh, you're thinking too much about it. Oh, he didn't mean it that way. Y'all always trying to make men seem like they're creeps or whatever. And I feel like y'all are the ones that do that. Like y'all are the ones that just overly sexualize every interaction between a man and a woman, but then turn around and when somebody tells you like, oh, he was being a creep, oh no, y'all always think y'all see that in everything, and it's that's not always the case. You know what I mean? Like y'all pick and choose when y'all want to see everything as overly sexual. When a woman actually looks uncomfortable and looks like she's not into it, oh, it was completely innocent, he didn't mean it like that. But when
Mm-hmm.
it seems to be like, pretendingly, then it's that harlot. Like y'all just, it's
Mm-hmm.
too much, it's too all over the place.
They don't be. It's no consistency. Hey, Big Red, I
It's like
appreciate you coming
that
up.
weird thing where people say, it's that weird thing where people have this like great fantasy, and that
Mhm.
contributes to great culture too, because it's like if she into it, don't she if she makes it too easy, then that says something about her. Like if she gives it up to you on the first date, be careful with that one. It's like anytime a woman seems to be participating willingly, then it's like, oh, she's a slut, she's a harlot, you know what I mean? Like you start to slut shame. But when she seems like she's pushing away and uncomfortable, then it's, oh well, it was innocent. You can't just give a woman a hug these days. Like, geez, a man can't open a door. You know what I mean? Like, y'all just two sides of the same coin, and it's too confusing. It's too contradictory.
Mm-hmm.
It's the circular reasoning for me. It's like they're just constantly chasing their tail and want us to be chasing our tail too, as long as it's to their benefit. But the strangest part of all of this to me is the people, like Sean was saying, it's a performance that has been rehearsed over and over and over again, and they act like her husband Swiss Beats wasn't there, standing in this on the sidelines or in in any proximity to these rehearsals, as if he did not see that this was happening and knew firsthand that this was going to be happening during the performance. He is himself an industry man. He knows exactly what's going on in these performances. He has had to be in these types of rehearsals himself as an entertainer. Just because he makes beats behind the scenes doesn't mean that he's not there when these performances are happening. He's had to deal with industry people his entire life. His wife is no different. She was a performer before he met her. Okay? He knows what goes on in these video shoots. He knows what goes on in these, industry parties. He knows what goes on in these on stage performances. He's not an idiot. He was standing front and center doing these rehearsals while they were, snuggling up buddy buddy. It's the song talking about you, my boo. Like, how freaking obtuse do you have to be to not realize that there may have been some touching, some feeling, some sort of semblance of the lyrics to the goddamn song.
Mm-hmm.
He's standing right there. He knows what's going on. That's why he tweeted, "I'm just here, to support my wife. It's about getting a bag." When you are a loving, caring, supportive husband and you are secure in your manhood, you're not worried about what your performer wife is doing, because at the end of the day, you're living your life. Whenever all of this is over, you're going to go back home, you're going to live your life, you're going to love your wife, and you're going to take that bag that she made and take care of your children. Or any endorsement. I know they don't get paid for the Super Bowl, but she's going to get endorsement deals that come after the fact, and you're going to be able to take care of and support your children and your family with what your wife is doing. And y'all going to skip through the tulips happily ever after together. Like, what the hell? But everybody wants to be a freaking... They think that love means possession. I am not your possession. I'm your partner. And if in our partnership, we have an understanding that this is what you do for a living and this is what I do for a living, and it all benefits both of us, everybody else shut the hell up. He don't care.
That's hard to do. That's gonna be hard to do. AP,
I'm no expert. Giving an opinion is wild. What?
AP, what is she wrong about?
Okay, so she's wrong about a couple things. First off, I feel as though when you talk about a partnership, right? A partnership says that in this relationship we have equal responsibilities, equal duties, and things of that nature. In the confounds of a marriage, we aren't partners. We're a team. However, when you look at a team, you have the coach, you have the like for instance baseball, you have the coach, you have the players, you have the umpire. Everyone is just as important as playing their part in that team, but everyone doesn't have equal responsibility. So in a marriage, we aren't partners. We're a team. And I just find it interesting that some people tend to understand the concept of hierarchy in every other aspect when it comes to the military, when it comes to your job, whoever is the CEO, the COO, general manager, assistant general. They understand it very fine. But when it comes to a marriage, we're just right here and we're partners, and I think that's wrong. Okay.
AP.
So as far
And that thinking right there is why most marriages fail. Why
No,
80% of marriages head to divorce because the woman wants a partner, not a
but
teammate.
men. Okay, but see, this is the thing.
We
Men
want a
don't want
partner, not a
partner.
teammate, and that's why y'all
Okay,
asses be in divorce court. That thinking right
not
there is why the fuck y'all
that's
be in divorce court.
Hold on,
well.
wait.
Excuse my
If
language. I'm sorry. That's
if you
just
want to be
irritating.
if you want to be truthful, if you look at the statistics when it comes to marriage, our women, they're in last place, and the reason that out of all other women, they're in
Well,
last place, and the reason being
Hold
is
on, wait.
because
Hey, go back. I don't want you to before we start just doing like the next talking point. Let's stick to this first point, right?
exactly.
got okay, okay.
So so
So
you so you think that marriages should function like the military?
no, I didn't say like the military. I think that um, um,
You
uh,
did.
I use the military as an example of hierarchy.
I know. So you
In a
think that they should function like the military,
I think that in a marriage, everyone has a specific role. Yes.
like the military, and you believe in a hierarchical structure like the military. Hence the reason
Abs-
you use it.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
the
So
reason I believe that is because I'm a Christian. And I believe
yeah.
that God comes first, then me.
I know. So let's go back. So you once again, I want to establish this. You
Hmm.
think marriages should function like the military? That's what you said, right?
That's
I
not what I
think
said.
that you just said it again. You literally reiterated it. You just said it again. I don't know what's so hard for you to
Hearing
understand about that.
themselves talk, they really don't. They
That's
do
Okay,
that's
not
not what
hear
I
the
said.
words that are coming out of
That's
their
not what I
own
said.
mouths.
wait, y'all. That's why. AP. Okay. Why do you not think you're saying that the relationships function like the military?
Okay. When you think about the military, you think about the first thing that comes in a person's mind is a drill sergeant yelling and things like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's not so when a person says military, that tends to be the first thing they think about. That's
That's what
not
you
the
think about. I just think
that's
about it the same way you think about it. That there's a general, there's a sergeant, there's a lieutenant. Like it's a hierarchy. I took it the way you meant it. So
okay,
why are you
okay,
saying that you didn't mean it that way? Because you think
okay.
that I
So
was thinking about it in a specific way when I wasn't?
okay, yeah. So I stand corrected. So if you're saying it in that way, the answer is yes.
Yes. So you think a relationship should function like the military. Okay. And you think that now in the military, how do you move up through the ranks? Do they just appoint people based on the fact that they're men, or do you have to earn your stripes to
Yeah,
move up the ranks?
you have to earn them absolutely.
Okay. So how is the military like the Bible when in the Bible it just automatically designates men to be at the head of the household? It doesn't say men should have to earn their stripes. It says men, you are automatically at the head of the household because you have a penis and she has a vagina, so she has to fall in line. So your analogy is not on par with the religious text. The military, you have to earn your stripes. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. You got to earn it. That's how you move up rank, right? They don't just say, "Oh, you're a man. You got a penis. Here you are. You're better than him because you have a penis. Oh, you're buffer than him. You get to move." No. Who did the most work? Who did what? Who earned their stripe? So I agree. I agree that in a relationship, who is the leader or whatever, if you have one, it should be earned and not just arbitrarily applied. The title shouldn't be arbitrarily applied to a person simply because they belong to a certain gender or sex, right?
I understand what you're saying.
No, I'm asking you, do you not understand, or do you not agree with that, or what do you think?
Because of the fact, listen, because of the fact that I'm a Christian, I believe
Okay.
in what the Bible says. The Bible says that the man is the head of the household. That's what I
You just
believe in.
I
That's what I
know.
believe.
Yeah. So you don't believe that a marriage should be like the military. You believe the marriage should be
I
literally
believe
just like the way it is in the Bible. Nothing else. Because only the Bible talks about leadership in that way.
I,
No, in real life, you have to earn your stripes the majority of the time. Even even like white, even like in white society, right? Don't get me wrong. A black person, a woman, whatever, they'll get passed on a promotion for a man all the time. But it ain't like that man didn't do nothing. It's like he still had to have like the qualification, like he still had to have the degrees, he still had to put in the time. He still like most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So so even in real life, there is definitely baked into into leadership. There is a level of there's a level of you need to earn it, right? But why is it that in the Bible, in your mind, you have interpreted the scriptures to mean that because I have a penis, I'm automatically the leader? Do you think that that's logical?
I didn't say because I had a penis. I said because this is the way that God designed it.
And God said, because you have a penis, you are
That's
the
not what he
leader. So
said.
that is. That is. What do you think being a man? What makes you any different? Look, I'm trying to AP. What I'm asking you is what makes you qualified to be a leader outside of the fact that you identify as a man?
What qualifies me personally?
Yeah. Or I
Well,
mean men in general. Why
well,
would
I
any
I understand what you're saying. So in other words, you're saying that you should have certain qualities and characteristics that make you a leader, whether you're a male or a female, regardless of
yes,
what the Bible tells you.
yes,
I
right?
understand that. I understand that, and I agree.
Isn't that common
I
sense?
agree. I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. Because that's what you do in real life. Here's what I'm saying. If you owned a business and you work and you owned a company and there was a woman, you had the choice between, I would hope there was a choice to promote a person between a woman and a man. And a woman, it has better leadership quality. She puts in the work. She's the first one in, the last one to lead. All whatever things go into being a good leader, right? She has all of those qualities. Then there's a man who he's good, but he's not as good. He doesn't have the same amount. His numbers aren't the same. He doesn't have the same. He's not as consistent as she just beats him in every single metric, right? Who are you going to
Hmm.
promote?
I'm gonna promote her.
Okay, so why would that logic then fly out of the window when as it pertains to your relationship? Why wouldn't you just apply that same logic to your relationship?
So I think that could. I think that in certain scenarios that could work. However, in my experience and with me, I grew up in a house full of women. And I've also and outside of my life, I've dealt with men and organizations and things like that my whole
He
life.
didn't answer his question.
In my
Answer his
personal
question, please. Direct question, direct answer. You're going around the bush. You're beating around
okay,
the bush. Answer his direct question, please, because we're all
Yeah.
on pins and needles waiting for the answer to his specific question, not your tangent that you're about to go off on.
Yeah, that's fair. I do want you to answer the question.
okay.
You're not
Well,
answering the question.
like I was saying before I was interrupted. In my
Okay.
experience, I tend to see men be more logical, and I feel like in order to be a leader,
Mhm.
it takes you to operate off of logic, and that's off
Okay.
of the experience that I've seen.
Great. I'm happy. I'm happy you mentioned men are more logical. Now, in this exchange that we just had, right? You just proved. Well, we just proved that you don't. That you actually you don't really use logic in your
That's not
relationship.
that's not
No,
true.
no, no, you did. No, you did. You
That's
did.
not
And
true.
I know it's harsh. I don't want to put it that way, but in all honesty, that's literally what we just found out. You're not being logical. Because if you were being logical, you wouldn't say that a man is the head of the household automatically because he's the man, because the Bible said so. That's not using logic. You see what I'm saying? That's the opposite of using logic. So you're not using logic when it comes to the Bible. You just let the Bible dictate to you what you're supposed to do. That's not how you use logic. That's illogical, right? So now we already established that. You agreed even. That's what I'm saying. It ain't like I'm making this up. You agreed. So you're not being logical. Now, I'm a man, granted, I'm a man, and you're a man. So in this particular case, it's two men, and one man is being logical and one man isn't. But I will let you know that the logic that I have as it pertains to this specific issue, I learned it from women. You see what I'm saying? I was taught this by multiple women. They were the ones who broke down this logic, how that doesn't make any sense. Like, why is a man the leader when the same things I just explained to you, a woman told me that, right? And a bunch of women have said the same thing. Most women know this already. Most women don't agree with the man as the automatic leader in the household because because that's illogical. You see what I'm saying? So you, to me, are proof that men aren't as logical as men like to think we are. You're not being very logical. This whole discussion is rooted around the fact that you are inconsistent in your logic. And that's the thing about logic is it should apply across the board. You shouldn't pick and choose when to be logical and when to defer to a book that was written 2,000 years ago. You
The
see what I'm
only
saying?
thing he proved is that men's logic is asshole backwards. That and it's circular logic based on your belief. It's circular logic based on how it benefits you. It's circular logic based on what you want us to believe, not what is actual and factual. You just
Yeah.
proved that your logic is ass backwards, or as my mother used to say, bass backwards.
Kinda. And then and then the other, when your analogy, when you use the military, that was a bad analogy. That wasn't logical for your explanation. Like,
Not
it's
logical.
not logical. Like, nothing you're saying is logical right now. So
I
if you're
disagree.
supposed to be the leader, I know you disagree because brother, trust me. I know the reaction is going to be, I disagree, when you already agreed. So now it's funny that you're going back and saying I disagree, but you already agreed. So now
No,
you
this
disagree
this
with things
this
you
okay.
already agreed to.
This is what I said. This is
Okay.
what I said. I said, as a Christian, I believe in what the Bible says.
Okay.
However, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
in the modern, since we're living in real life, although I do believe that the Bible and real life do mesh together. However, if someone is a better leader in the relationship, I would also agree that it would make sense for, if the woman is a better leader and she makes better decisions, things of that nature, it makes sense for her to, quote unquote, make certain decisions. But going back to the Bible, I still don't think that she should totally take over leading the relationship and I'm just walking behind her. So I agree with both.
No, you can't agree with both. You're just trying to make it. That's more a logic. Like, the thing you're saying is logic. It's
That's
logical.
and
But
that's
I
your
asked you,
opinion. That's your opinion.
no, it's not. It's literally. It's just not logical. It's conflicting one
And
another. But I want to
was
ask you a question. So I want to ask you
okay.
a question. So, are you married?
I am.
Okay. In your relationship, as in the household, who takes care of the majority of the duties in the household? You or your wife?
I do.
You do? Okay. So you cook more than her, you clean more than her, you set all the doctor's appointments for you and the kids, you sign everybody up for sports, you make sure everybody has clothes, you make sure the soap is like, you do all of that stuff more than she does?
I take care of the majority of everything that goes on in my house.
I know, I'm saying those tasks specifically. Cooking,
I
cleaning,
take
showering, you spend more time with your kids than your wife does, you do all of that stuff.
I take care of the majority of everything that goes on in my house. Yes,
Yeah. Okay. And so, how is that arrangement set up? Do you work?
I do work. I work part
So
time,
you work part time. Oh, okay. And she works full time.
and she works part time as well.
Oh, y'all
So
both
we
work
both
part
of us. So I'm a real estate investor. So
time.
I'm in the process of continuing to build up our portfolio so we can both work. I mean, not work full time. So, but we still
Yeah.
are both working, part time or whatnot. So,
Yeah. No, that's fair. I just was wondering about the time, not the actual job, but like, so you work part
mhm.
time, she works part time, but at home you do the majority of the stuff in the house, and what
I,
is she doing?
I can't. Okay, so the majority of what she does is mothering. That's her focus.
That's what I just asked you. I just said who take. See
Okay,
what I'm saying, AP?
so you
I
have
feel
to
like you know
so
the
you have
answers,
to
but
so
you're
you have to
saying things like
understand, one task is not the majority. I just said her focus is
that's not one. Wait. AP, mothering is not one task. Mothering is like 90,000 tasks. That's my point.
okay.
Mothering, which is a broad ass concept, which is, I described it as child rearing. You called it mothering. But child rearing is 10,000 fucking tasks that adds up to mothering or child rearing. So I asked you, who does the majority of the child rearing? And you said me. I do the
No,
majority of
no.
the house.
You asked me who does the majority of the things in the house, and I said me. And the
Except
re-
for
and the
child
and
rearing.
the and the reason that I can't tell you the last time that my wife cleaned the entire house and stuff like that. I make sure that everything is taken care of as far as the bills and I went to school for culinary arts when I was a teenager. I cook, so I do the majority of the cooking. So a lot of the things that I do, she doesn't have to do, so she can focus on tending to the children. So you asked me who does the majority of the things around the house, and I said me. And the reason I do that is so she can focus on doing whatever she needs to do for herself and also
for the kids.
for the
So it
kids.
sounds like, and I think
It sounds
if
like a
you,
partnership.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think if you're doing that, that sounds like a fucking great exchange right there, bro. I think you got shit figured out.
Yeah,
To
that
me,
sounds. It sounds like what you came up and spoke against, which is partnership. But if what you're saying is true, y'all are literally in a partnership. It's a team. It doesn't seem. It
yeah,
doesn't sound like there's any hierarchy. It doesn't sound like there's one person that takes on more load. It sounds pretty equal to me.
yeah, that sounds fucking great, AP. That's the thing. Like I be wondering why y'all be so. What you want is you want the title of being the leader when in all actuality you and your wife are partners, which is great. Which is going to
I
lead to a
disagree
lot
with
of
that.
success for you and her.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
So
My,
you're just disagreeable.
I
Period.
disagree. I'm
That's why
and
you came up here to
I'm
be
not saying I'm
disagreeable.
not listen. I'm not saying it as a macho thing. I'm just saying I lead my household. I'm not saying it to puff my chest up or anything like that. But I lead my household. Just say if she was to say, you know what, hey, I'm tired. I want to go away and I don't want to. I will pick up and take care of the kids and do whatever she if she wanted to just lay down in the bed and just do whatever she watch movies for whatever she has that luxury to do that, and I'll still be able to step in and do whatever I do to make sure that everything continues to go.
That just makes you a decent partner, AP. That doesn't make you a leader. Like, I'm pretty sure, at least I would hope your wife would do the same for you. Like, if you're tired and you just need a break, I'm pretty sure she would step in and make sure the house continues to go smoothly, just like you would do for her. That's called a decent partner. Y'all are just being a good husband and a good wife. Why does anybody doing that have to make him the leader? Like, you're just treating your wife like a human being and like somebody you love. Like, I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to call it leadership, cool. If that makes you feel better,
Yeah.
great. But you're just being a good husband.
Okay, so
Whatever.
tell me this then. What if you disagree with that, then what would make me a leader then? What would a man have to do to qualify himself as a quote unquote leader? Because by you guys' standards, who is a leader then? Who is a leader?
I'll give you a perfect example. The women in the relationship who is doing the majority of the house labor, the labor in the house, they're the leaders. The vast majority of the time. I sometimes I get men up here who tell the truth about the labor dynamics in their household. And they'll say their wife does the most of the labor and they'll be honest. And sometimes I get men who say that it's 50-50. And sometimes I get men who say that they do the majority of the labor. I'm not saying I don't believe one part or whatever, but considering how vastly considering how common it is for men to not be contributing as much as their partners are in the household, I find it so funny that so many men will get up here and say that they do more or the same as their partner when every indicator shows that the vast majority of men, I mean, it's not like 51 to 49. I'm talking like 80% of men do not carry the water in the relationship, right? So I'm always a little taken back when a man tells me like, yeah, I do everything in my household. And then I ask you, I'm like, oh, you work too? Yeah, I work. And I'm like, cap. But then, so I wasn't going to believe you, AP, until you said, oh, but my wife does everything for the kids. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, that's actually, to me, that's 50-50. That's what we call 50-50, right? That's what I think of when I think of 50-50. It's a split of division within labor in the household. And that's what it seems like you're doing right now in your household, right? So you're not the leader. She's not the leader. You guys are partners because you need her and she needs you. If you stop cooking and cleaning, now she would have to take a lot of her focus off of the kids to cook and clean and more. If she stopped watching the kids and shit, you would have to you wouldn't be able to cook and clean and do all of that and divert all of your attention to the kid See what I'm saying? So you guys are in a partnership. It's symbiotic at this point. And that's how it should be. That's great. I don't think anything's wrong with that. The only thing I find disturbing in this is that you are so beholden to this book telling you that you're the leader in the relationship. And in your relationship, you have just proven that you are not the leader. And that's with all due respect. I think it's great that you're not the leader in the relationship. I think it's great that your wife isn't the leader in the relationship either. That's fucking dope. You're better than me and my wife. I think you got a leg up on me and my wife, personally. If you and your wife are 50-50 splitting the division of labor in the household, you are better than me. And I mean that with all due respect. You need to teach me some shit. I really need to listen to you. Like you're doing great. But that's not that like that. But I would never turn around and say that I'm the leader in my household because I'm a fucking man. That's crazy.
So let
That's
me
not
ask you.
because the Bible
Let
told
me
me. Don't care.
let me ask you a question. Are you a Christian?
Hell no.
Okay, so it
I mean, I'm
makes
sorry. No. I'm
no,
sorry.
no, 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 no.
That came out wrong. I thought that was
Look.
obvious. No.
You didn't
It
have to
makes
say it like
sense.
that.
Nah, it makes sense. So it makes sense what you're saying, and but you have to understand it. Let me tell you this though. You have to think about it like this. My dad is a pastor. Like I literally grew up in church my whole life, and one thing that you find common in Christians, that's what we're taught to do. Let the book lead our life. That's what the Bible stands for. Basic instructions before leaving earth. That's what.
Public, can I say something real
No.
quick?
Real quick. I got you, Shan. AP, I'm gonna tell you something. I used to be Christian, and I studied the Bible extensively. I read it front to back several times. The thing that I found most consistent within Christianity, as far as Christians are concerned, is their hypocrisy. That's the thing that I found the most consistent. Christians and pretty much all religious people, to be honest with you, are very much hypocritical, especially the people who adhere to Abrahamic religion. So Christianity, Judaism, Catholicism, and Islam, extremely hypocritical. All of them, extremely hypocritical. That's the thing that I found to be the common theme in Christianity. That's a reason why I left the faith, right?
Hey,
But
public.
yeah,
I'm a PK too. My father was my pastor, and you hit the nail on the freaking head. That is why I'm no longer a Christian and do not subscribe to any religion, because it's
tough.
so again so bass backwards. You can't even find your own butthole with your hands if you read the Bible. And I did the same thing at 13 years old. I started reading because I would go to church. And I would realize that my father would jump from scripture to scripture to scripture to scripture all over the damn Bible, but never connect any dots. And I was like, wait a minute, this is a book. Aren't you supposed to read a book from front to back? And it never made sense to me. So at 13 years old, I started sitting down and reading the Bible for myself from the beginning. And I think I got to about Isaiah 44. And that's when I was done. I was like, so nobody ever read that, God said he is both good and evil. He creates both good and evil. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Because prior to that, I had read all of the genocides and the murders and the ass backwardness of him saying that David was a man after his own heart and all of this. I was like, no, I'm good. At
Yeah.
13.
I'm,
Hey,
And
and that's what I
grown
wanted to
ass
say.
adults don't sit and read the Bible for themselves. Because if you actually read the Bible, you would never be a freaking Christian.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
I'm gonna leave it there.
I just, and I don't really like having the Christian talk on here, but if I get asked, I'm gonna tell you that's where I'm at with it. So it's not I know a lot of people like to project their rationale as to how somebody had to unlearn um, Christianity or religion or whatever, had to deconstruct their Christianity or their religion, and they're gonna say like, oh, you like whatever excuse you can come up with, but I mean, unless you've done it, you wouldn't know. Like you wouldn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I'm no expert. I appreciate you coming up. I got a lot of people up in the queue.
hey, I want to say, I appreciate the dialogue, man. I think it
Hold
was a
on,
good
AP, real
conversation.
quick.
Go
Go
ahead, Shan.
ahead.
Shan wanted to say something to you
Real
earlier
quick
before.
before you go. Yeah, I wanted. You were talking about your religious upbringing, and I respect that. I'm not trying to change your religion or anything, but when you talk about
you feeling like men are more logical, and then you say that, you grew up as a Christian, your dad's a pastor, and you pretty much live your life based on what the Bible says, and so that's why you feel like you're the leader of your home. I just want you to know that that's not very logical. Like that's not logical thinking to take one thing that you found in the Bible to say that this is the reason I'm automatically the leader, because I'm actually very sure that you don't follow every single thing written in the Bible to a T. Like you wouldn't wear cotton. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things in the Bible. You can't eat shrimp. I mean, I don't know. I'm no Bible expert at all. But I know that there are a whole lot of things in the Bible that are just completely unreasonable that we just don't follow because it just wouldn't work. And so to kind of pick and choose that thing to say that, oh, well, I'm the leader automatically as a man because that's what the Bible told me, that's not very logical.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, and again, like I said, I respect everyone's opinion. I appreciate you guys. No one was rude for the most part. No one was cutting each other off, and I just think it was a good conversation. So appreciate you inviting me up, host.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. You could go now. You're triggered.
Yes, it's not my wife. I was I was the one that was making the comments. The only reason why I said what I said is because typically when people say that they left because of hypocrisy, I find that odd because I feel like you could be the one that's not the hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? If you really believe what the Bible was, you could actually live your life according to it. You don't have to look at others and say, hey, well, they doing this, so I'm not going to believe it. I think that's just a cop out. And I think people just typically just want to do what they want to do, regardless of anything. And they just don't want, they either don't really like the Bible or they really don't believe it. And that's all. That's the only reason why I said it.
Yeah, that's not true for me. I didn't leave because of the hypocrisy that people exhibited. I left because of the hypocrisy in the Bible in itself. The Bible is hypocritical. In the Bible, in the text. It has conflicting texts within the same book. Not about what Christians do. It's about what the actual text say, right? What you want me to go? All right, let's be clear. I haven't read the Bible in 20 years, right? So to ask me to recite the text is why I can't recite any book that I read 20 years ago, 2 years ago, let alone 20 years ago. But if you are studying the Bible, which I did at the time, the Bible is hypocritical in it of itself. The Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill," but then God said, "Go out and kill all those fucking people, even the children."
That's what it says. Do no murder.
Murder and kill are murder is the same thing, brother.
No, murder is a premeditated thing to do. That's all
Yes,
cases. But
you're triggered. Listen.
killing is
Hold on. Wait.
No, because no. Because let me explain it.
Okay. It's premeditated. So if God tells a group of people to go out and go kill a whole group of people, it's premeditated. So you're contradicting yourself right now. That's what I'm saying. So it is murder. War is murder. It's not you doing in self-defense. Like you were just walking down the street and somebody just walked up to you and you had to defend yourself. Okay, cool. It was premeditated.
Yes, people go to war. And people do kill each other in war. That is war. We're talking about murder. We're talking about someone, you see somebody as you walking down the street and you
was telling people to go out and commit genocide, brother.
Do you know why? Let me ask you.
I don't give a fuck why. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No.
There's no reason for genocide.
Answer the
There's
question.
no reason for genocide.
What happened before that?
There's no reason for genocide.
And then
Are you about to explain to me why genocide is okay?
The thing is,
crazy.
if you actually read the Bible, you would read that none of those people were genocided. None of them. They were still alive. They were still walking around. They were still.
They weren't walking around. Literally, they killed everybody, and then they started to. And God,
read the Bible.
Hold on, wait. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what's so funny. Once again, you're talking to a man that haven't read the Bible in over 20 years, but I remember certain parts about it, sir. Without a doubt, in the Bible, those people that God was telling, God said, go kill these groups of people.
They didn't genocide them though.
They did it, and then what happened was
them though, bro. They were still alive. Those same groups of people were.
I'm not having a Bible thumping competition with people. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have it. It's totally off topic. That was stupid. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. First the That was crazy. The first part was nuts. That was crazy. The killing is different from murdering, and murder is premeditated. But then God did tell them to go out and go to war and kill these people and murder these people, and then he tried to justify. Do you know why they were? No. I don't care why. It doesn't matter why. All I was pointing out was the fact that it didn't say it says thou shalt not murder / kill, whatever you want to say, and then God goes out and tells a whole group of people to do it. It doesn't matter. Here
You
come
can't
the
about the Bible because it's just one of those, or religion in general, because it's
yeah.
just
I
one of
don't
those
want
things that are so deeply rooted in people that it's
yeah.
just no
People just
point.
say you didn't read it. Now you didn't read it to understand it. I read it to understand it. I was in the spirit when I read it and all of that shit. Like you
Yeah,
can't.
y'all
That's
don't
what I'm
know he
saying.
used to be one of y'all.
I was really that guy. Like y'all can't tell me shit about Christianity. Like I really was that nigga. Like I really was in it. 10 toes in that shit.
I ain't mean to laugh.
Abstaining from sex, not doing nothing. I was studying. I was getting in Bible study every Thursday. I was in church on the Sabbath. I did it all for years. So you can't tell me shit about that. But you really can't. Honestly, you can't tell me it's my loss. You can't tell me that I'm just confused, that the devil came in and tricked me. No. It was the complete opposite. And it was a fight to deconstruct my religion. It was a fucking fight for me. It wasn't easy because it was in me. It was so ingrained in me. And the fear was there. All of that stuff, the shame was there. It was in me. The same way to deconstruct my misogyny is in me, and I have to do it. I have to do it. I'm doing it in real time in front of y'all. It's the same thing. So you can't tell me that shit. You can't tell and to anybody, if you are the fear of going to hell, the fear of being punished, the fear, all that stuff. I had that fear. Oh man, if I question God, I'm gonna, if something's gonna happen, if I'm gonna, oh yeah, my son's gonna be born, like whatever the fuck weird shit you think about or whatever. Like I had all those fears and I got over it. Thank goodness. The same thing with misogyny. Me as a man, when I deconstruct my misogyny, there's a fear that you're gonna be rejected by other men, right? There's a fear there. Like you don't want to be a pariah, right? I don't want to be a pariah. But what's more important, me actually deconstructing this shit or me being worried about somebody's opinion about me? You see what I'm saying? And for anybody that doesn't understand, if you agree with me on the misogyny shit, but then now you trying to attack me because I told you that I deconstructed my Christianity and my religion specifically, just know that there would have been no way for me to deconstruct my misogyny while being a Christian. Just know that. I really want you to know that. For me to deconstruct my homophobia and get rid of that shit and fight that shit, there's no way I could be doing that and be a Christian. It wouldn't have happened. I still would be very adverse to the LGBTQIA community. I would still be very adverse to women's rights and equality and all of that stuff. Like it would be there. Like for me, without a doubt, it would be there. It would have made it virtually impossible for me to separate the two, for me to grow as a human being. And that's what I needed to be a better human being. It was holding me back. It wasn't making me a better person. Once I deconstructed it, I saw, wow, look how much better of a person I can be when I don't blame everything on God or, well, like that dude. Well, men just supposed to be leaders. Well, that's what God told me when I wasn't able to blame what I felt or whatever on some religious text or whatever the fuck. I became better. I had to hold myself accountable for all the shit that I believed and said. I can never say, well, in the Bible, I can't do that anymore. Now everything I say, it's me. I said it. I meant it. It's all from me. It ain't like I learned it from somebody. It's not that. It's literally for me. It's literally like the things that I've said, the things that I believe. It's not that I believe it because this book told me to believe it, and I'm afraid that if I don't believe it, I'm gonna go to some freaking hot, fiery place or whatever, or God's gonna turn his back on me or whatever. No. I just don't believe it because I see that it's not true anymore. I see that it's not real. I see that it's hurting people. That's why. Yeah, Mello, you're wrong. What up, Vanity?
Hey, how you doing? I love deconstruction talk and everything. I'm not in any of the Abrahamics, so whatever. First thing, I did want to come up and help people with a word. Um, coerce, not coerce. Everybody in this app seems to be struggling with that word, so I just wanted to help. Second of all, um, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about black love. Black love is not a thing. It is all performance. It is performative. That is not a thing that exists. Second of all, there were people on stage doing a performance. I don't understand why people don't understand that it's a performance when their outrage is performative. Y'all know what the hell a performance is. So I'm gonna need for y'all to quit while you're behind. And then the last thing is the fake Christianity, like the fake Islam, like the fake religion that all the males are doing right now to try to back women into a corner. Like the fact that the resurgence of the word harlot is even a thing. And y'all like all in your biblical bag, but you've never read the book. Quit while you're behind, because better people than you who have actually read the book, because either they have deconstructed, even people who are not in the Abrahamics read the book to deconstruct because of the way society's set up. We need to be able to parse out what came from your biblical bullshit and what is actual. So you still need to read the book even if you are not in any of the Abrahamics. So I'm just going to say I'm going to need for all the biblical bottom bitches and all the dudes who are crying about harlots and everything like that, because you're being performative after watching a performance, quit while you're behind because nobody believes you.
For real. And to the people that are saying that you can be uh-oh. And to the people that are saying that you can be Christian and deconstruct your misogyny, you can't. I don't know. I don't know what are you serious?
Like Genesis in the Bible is literally Genesis of misogyny. So no.
That's the point. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't do both. You can't be a Christian. You cannot adhere to the teachings of Christianity like fully, I'm saying, and be and be not misogynistic and not be homophobic and not, like, you can't. Like, it's baked into it. I don't know what do you that's what they use. They use the Bible to justify their misogyny. They don't misconstrue the Bible. That's what I think you guys are missing. You think they read the Bible and they misconstrue it. No. They just pick and choose what parts to use, but the parts are very much what it is. The Bible definitely pushes misogyny without a doubt. The whole Bible is misogynistic. God, the concept of God being a man is misogynistic. Like, it's all misogynistic, all of it, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, why would God be a man or a woman? That's weird. Right? That's crazy. Why would God be a man or a woman? It's not even a fucking being. It's not a human being. I'm saying, why would it be a man or a woman? Why wouldn't God just be God? Right? If that's the case, why is God referred to as a he in the Bible? The Bible in and of itself is misogynistic. You cannot, I promise you cannot deconstruct your misogyny and be a Christian or a Muslim or Jew. You can't. It's baked into those books. It's baked into those religions. And women can be, I think it's easier. I know it's easier for women to deconstruct their misogyny while being Christian, right? Because they're women, of course, right? But the Bible still pushes women to have internalized misogyny a lot. The same, like, that's why you'll have women get up here defend, like, no, I'm looking for my husband to be my leader and da 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 da. They say that shit too. Listen, well, go talk to a Christian wife. Go talk to a woman that really believes in Christianity, that's really believing and trying to follow it. And then the same way I question AP, question them, because I've done it on my live before. They the same illogic pops up. Well, why is he the chosen leader? Because he has a penis? Well, the Bible said, no. Fuck the Bible. Why do you believe that? Well, I don't know if I really do, but the Bible, there you go. That's why it's dangerous. That's why I don't believe. The Bible justifies slavery. The Bible How do you think the slavers used the Bible to rationalize slavery? You don't think that y'all missed that part, huh? Where the Bible rationalized slavery and said slavery was okay under certain circumstances, just not to go this far. It didn't say slavery is a sin. It said if you do this to a slave, this is bad. It didn't say slavery was a sin. It didn't say to enslave a person is a sin. To enslave a person is wrong. It said if you beat a slave within an inch of his life without justification, that's wrong. That's what the Bible said. Like, that's crazy. You can't, like, come on, y'all. I'm sorry. That, like, y'all don't want to have a real, like, I will set a whole live aside to talk about I'll have the Bible in front of me and we can talk about the Bible. And y'all can point out all the scriptures and whatever. We can have a Bible battle. Like, there's a dude that does that on here, by the way. You guys want to talk that religious shit? Go to one of their platforms. They will talk to you about why Christianity is not a real thing and we shouldn't follow it. But I'm just letting you know how I view it, just so you can understand, because it was brought up. Because I think it's wild that there's people acting like what I'm saying doesn't make sense. Like, have you read them? That makes me believe that you haven't read it at this point. Because I'm like, if you've read the Bible, you know you can't separate the two. And it's don't y'all think that it's crazy? You don't find it suspicious that the most religious people are the people who adhere to the most toxic ideologies in our culture? Think about that. Where's purity culture come from? Where do you think they got the justification to burn women at the stake from? Like, what's going on? Where do you think they got the justification for you calling her a harlot and he gets nothing? Where do you think they got that from? I guarantee you go talk to those men. They'll be talking about wives and women don't want to be wives and and you start unpacking it and come to find out they're Christians. Like, let's be real, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, at some point y'all got to start facing reality and stop acting like we are not. I'm a fully grown adult. I can think for myself clearly, right? So if you respected what I'm saying in this aspect, then understand that I think I apply that same logic to every fucking thing that I do. It's not just when unpacking misogyny. I've done that with every single thing that I had to unpack. I had to recognize that I was indoctrinated into a cult of manhood. I was indoctrinated into Christianity. I was indoctrinated into capitalism. Like, I've been indoctrinated like all of us have been. And I've been deconstructing that shit fucking system by system, institution by institution. Some of them fall easier than other ones, but once I pulled the linchpin of religion out, once I pulled that one out, they all pretty much been tumbling down ever since then, to be honest with you. That was the first one. That was the first one that had to go. Boom. I did that one. It was easier for me to see women as human beings. It was easier for me to see LGBTQIA people as human beings. It was easier for me to see children as people, not as fucking, I don't know what y'all think kids are until they become 15 or 16. I don't know what you think a child is. It's weird. But once I pulled that shit out, oh, bam, the veil was removed. Now everybody's people, everybody's a human in my eyes. The earth deserves to be saved, right? Because I don't believe one day some man gonna come down from the sky and burn the earth up. I really believe we need to save it because it's the only earth we got. It's the only one we got. I don't think God gonna destroy it and it's gonna be rebuilt in a million millennia and none of that shit. I think this is the only one we got. I think this is the only life we got. I think we should live it to the best of our ability. Like, that's what I believe. Like, once I started to do that, my life got better. It was worse before. It was better after. I got stronger. People liked me more. I was less judgmental. I was, you know what I'm saying? I didn't attack people. I didn't find myself constantly falling in line with the most toxic people in our society. I finally got on board with human decency. That's what deconstructing my religion did for me. But maybe y'all won't. Hey, maybe you know, maybe that ain't y'all plight. You know what I'm saying? I get it, and I get that. I respect it. We got Navi up here. Yeah, to each their own. And I'm not knocking y'all. I'm just telling y'all before y'all start knocking me. Don't knock me. Trust me, I ain't missing shit. What up, Navi?
What's going on? What's up, public? How you doing? How's everybody doing? How you doing, Vanity? How you doing, man?
You good?
Yeah, man. I saw some of the lives this morning about the Usher and Alicia Keys thing, and I'm saying, is this the same Alicia Keys that they was talking about when she jumped into his marriage in the past? Now, y'all, I was just a little confused. Like, you talked about her and you talked about Swiss Beats, and now you want to defend them at the same time. It's like that was performed.
Now you care about their relationship.
Yeah, like she didn't care about it. I'm like, we running out of content. That's just basically what I'm saying. Like we running out of conversations, man. Like it's like we running
They
out of
are,
conversations.
Ivy. They're
Yeah,
running out of conversation.
you're
They're
right.
running out of
Yeah, they're running out of conversations. It's like when I saw the performance, it just seemed like Usher and Alicia decided to play on the whole thing about, Usher being Mr. Steal Your Girl. It was a
Or no,
performance
or
like
did no. Or her being his boo, because that's what the
that
fucking song
what
was
song
about.
was about. Yeah, it's a
That's what
performance,
the
right?
song
So
was about.
so I'm like, why are we having such a hard time with this situation? Like, and you're right, the whole thing with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, that we had more excuses than the nigga going to jail.
Hmm.
Like
That's
he
Angelina.
Angel, like, oh, he wasn't happy with Jennifer because Jennifer didn't want to give him no baby, so he went with Angelina. We got all of these excuses. Like, when it comes to like, I still waiting for people to talk shit about Jeff Bezos' wife,
Hmm.
his fiance, the way that she was dressed. But we drug Sierra for filth about what she was dressed as. Kanye West got his wife walking around in a plastic bag and nothing else,
Naked.
butt ass naked. Ain't I heard
Hmm.
nobody call her a 304, or I nobody call Kanye West a simp or a pander or nothing. It's like when it comes to women that don't look like black women, somehow Christianity, Islam, and everything else just goes out the door, and we're just full of excuses. But when it comes to black women, and either other black men that other men are jealous of, because let's be honest, a lot of cats that got a problem with Usher, you jealous because you want to be him. You want to be Usher. You probably wouldn't care if you got the herp the dirt with it, like just so that you could be as popular and with the money and the prestige and the attention. A lot of these cats want the female gaze. That's all it is. And so you try to make us feel like what we saw last night was a major issue, and it's not, because Swiss Beats ain't said shit. Like, I haven't heard him come out and be like, "Oh, I can't believe Usher did this." He was probably sitting there sound check, like, yeah, hey man, I need you to pull up on a little bit more. You got to look real, because they're all performers. They're all
All of them.
performers. They work in the performance industry. They work in the industry where they're presenting, even a lot of them that are married, it's all performative. If this person joined with this person, you get married, your star power jumps up and you start getting more money. This is how that industry works, whether you're in music or whether you're in film or otherwise. Like, they pair people up simply so that they can build their star power, because fame is what pushes their net worth. A lot of times their talent don't even matter. A lot of time it's just how famous you can get, how many times you can be in the tabloids, how much exposure you can get in the news. And you're right, it is complete hypocrisy,
Hmm.
because it is cats on this app right now defending other cats that was running around sleeping with married women. I mean, like they did. Am I lying? Like they did entire
No.
lives about defending. Why y'all talking about what a man does? And no, he no longer does that. He's a Muslim. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit.
Hmm.
I don't care about none of that shit, because I'm still waiting for these Muslim brothers to talk about what's going on in Palestine.
Thank you for having me, bruh. I'm a member of your.
I'm a
Hold on,
little
wait up.
confused. Like, I'm not even a Muslim, and I talk about that shit every day. Like, how is it that your brothers and sisters of Islam is and the children are being unalived at an alarming rate, and the only thing you want to talk about is fucking weave and nails and shit like that? Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Because let's
Hmm.
be honest, most of us are attracted to the European standard of beauty. We are. We are. We love the European standard standard of beauty, which is the long straight hair, the makeup, the nails, the lighter skin. That is the European standard of beauty in this country, and we are attracted to it. Always been attracted to it. And only
Can I
reason
say
why we
this?
want
I'd like to
King,
chime in.
King, can he finish, bro?
Oh yes, I apologize.
You good, man? We got you. I brought you up here. I knew y'all be a little impatient.
but
Let him.
I'm gonna land my plane. It's like the only reason why we talk about natural beauty is because we still value the European standard of beauty over Afrocentric beauty. And we feel like if we can get black women to downgrade the way that they present themselves, that they'll be more obtainable to us.
Mm,
That's just really it,
that's
because
it.
white women ain't no better than black women. Not even women are women.
Yeah.
Women are women across the board. It doesn't matter. She's either a good woman or she's a bad woman or she's in between. There is no all because she was born with lesser pigmentation in her skin that makes her shut up. That's stupid. Well, I'm gonna land my plane. Go ahead.
Yep. Appreciate you, Navi. Go ahead, King.
I'd like to chime in on that. Hey, bruh, when you say it's only women, good women or bad women, I agree with that. But I agree with that when it comes to people. I'm saying I'm trying to get away from the whole notion of black, white. I know people are saying, but look at society, look at systemic, this, that, and the third. I'm like this. God, to me, God exists to the point to where I'm not going to allow somebody to make me think in my head that there's another man on the planet that's more powerful than me, or there are a group of men on the planet more powerful than me and God, and I can't make a way out of no way. I'm just not even finna concept that, bruh. You know, me personally.
What do you think about the prompt?
What I think about? Say that again. What you mean?
What do you think about the prompt? What do you think about? Did you watch the Super Bowl last
Okay,
night?
I didn't watch it, but as far as I know what you're talking about, you talking about Usher with Alicia Keys.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is this right here. Alicia Keys is a married woman. You know, I'm saying there's two ways to look at things, carnally and spiritually. You know, even if Swiss Beats isn't upset, I feel like God upset because what God bring together, let no man put asunder. So what I'm saying is, regardless, Usher might have got the clout, the smile, but he gonna hold up for it, you know? And I think it's dead wrong. Like, it's dead wrong, even if it's for entertainment purposes. You know, it's a certain way you're supposed to conduct yourself. And just because you saying the camera here and I'm acting, a man is still not supposed to put on no dress. That's just my opinion.
Wait, where did that come from?
Well, I'm talking about the whole aspect of people saying that you could do weird stuff behind the umbrella of entertainment. So Usher touching her and she a married woman. I'm saying everything on the board with negative
Wait,
stuff.
wait, proper. What?
Okay.
Wait, what man was
I done
wearing
went
a
left
dress?
field.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about, you talking about dancing and Usher dancing with Alicia Keys, hugging on her and all that, right?
What does that have to do with a man wearing a dress?
It's the, I'm saying this right here.
He just wanted to let everybody know not only is he misogynistic, he's also homophobic, right?
Well,
Like
I
that,
don't
but
like,
you just
I
had to
don't
get that
like
out.
homosexuals at all. I don't like homosexual activity. I don't like homos. I don't fuck around, period. I'm not finna bash them, but I'm not finna associate with them.
What? Wait, you just bashed.
Well, I'm saying, well, yeah,
you don't know what
if you
bashing
call
is?
that bashing, then that's what it is. I'm saying,
That is bashing.
I feel
Saying
like
I
it's
don't fuck with
nasty. I
homosexuals
don't
is
even feel
Oh
like
definitely
my
it's
bashing
human. I
god!
feel like it's I feel like it's weak. I don't even feel like it's real.
You was just talking
Homosexuality
about
is just
God 2
disgusting.
seconds ago, proper, and this is what
But
I'm
still,
You
though,
just
saying.
said it was.
Like,
homosexuality is disgusting. No, that's
Time
not
out.
a
You just
God.
said it's
That's not a
disgusting.
devil. Homosexuality is
Proper.
not a
You
devil.
just
It's disgusting.
okay. You just said it's disgusting. You don't think that's bashing?
I'm saying you can call it whatever you want to. It's still disgusting. You can call it bashing if you
Okay.
want to.
And
What
who
I'm
told you
saying
it was
is, what I'm saying is, I
proper?
don't go
Wait.
outside and be like, hey,
Wait.
I'm finna find somebody gay and hurt their feelings.
Proper.
What?
Who told you it was? Who told you it was disgusting?
Man, it is disgusting for me to think
I
of
know.
the
Who
act.
told you
Two
that?
men together. What?
Yeah.
I'm saying two women together. I'm saying it don't help society. It don't fuck society up as a whole.
That's not what I asked you.
don't
What you
help
Who
asked me?
told
society.
you it was? Who told you that it was disgusting?
The Bible told me it's disgusting. Then I see it and I agree.
Mm-hmm. So
Wait, are you a Christian?
yeah, he's Christian.
I don't consider myself to be a Christian. I think that's the thing with the world. The Holy Bible that I study
Wait.
and I follow, it don't never say the word Christian in there, period. It don't never say the
Okay,
word
but you
Christian.
follow
God
the
don't never
teachings
say
of
be a Christian.
Christ. You follow the teachings of Jesus,
I do
brother.
follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. I do,
So
sir.
then you shouldn't have a stance on
But hold on,
homosexuality
bro. Hold
because
on, bro.
Jesus
I
didn't
follow the
either.
teaching. I'm still a human being now. Don't look at me like,
I
oh, what you
understand,
doing?
but
You need to be looking at the
you do
perfect
know
example.
that
Look at Jesus
Jesus
Christ for
never
the
had a
perfect example.
stance on
I'm merely a
homosexuality,
follower.
though, brother.
I'm merely a
He
follower.
never
I'm a
All right,
had
human
a
being. I
stance
can't
on
all right,
prove nothing to
wait,
you.
homosexuality,
I'm
brother.
mad.
mute up, real quick. So proper. If I'm hearing you correctly, because you all over the place, right?
Right.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you don't really believe in Christianity. You're just using the Bible to
No,
justify.
sir. That's not what.
No,
That's not what it is.
wait. You're just using the Bible to. I got flagged for hate speech. Got to be careful. See, this is why you can't have Bible talk.
That was him who got
Oh,
flagged
he got
because
flagged. Okay, I was like, wait, yeah, he got. I think it
well,
was
you
him.
may
Yeah.
have got flagged, but it was from the stuff he was saying. What he was saying was 1000% hate speech.
Okay. Yeah. In real time, just so we're all clear. 10 minutes ago, I just told y'all why I left the book alone, and a group get up here and proves exactly what I'll be saying. There's all, and there's people in there talking about you can definitely be you can't. You can't. You're gonna be like him. You're gonna be somewhere in between him and a dude who doesn't do that like that to that extent, right? Like you may not be as out there as he is, but you're gonna be closer to him than you are to me. You know what I'm saying? If you in that book, trust me. Go ahead, Ken.
Good afternoon, good morning. I don't know what time zone.
Afternoon, man. We in the man. It's about time to go to work for me.
So with the whole dancing portion, with first off, I'm trying to get you in trouble, public, because I know you married, but let's talk about how good Alicia Keys look, because I had a crush on her since I was a legit. I'm telling you.
I talked about it. People was mad at me for talking about how good she looked. They was acting
Man,
like I
she
was
looked
saying something wrong.
amazing.
I was like, I didn't know we was pearl clutching around here.
But
I'm just
what
okay.
what I want to say is that this is nothing like a dance. It's nothing like we have a lot of successful black actors or actresses that literally cross play in relationships and they in the bed kissing or doing sex scenes and nothing gets said and they got a relationship outside of their career. So I don't think it's a big deal because if people can look past like the actors that we have in our culture, then they can easily look past this. They just want something to be mad at Usher about because of Keke Palmer and her relationship ending, whatever the case may be.
They're not mad at
And
Usher. They wasn't mad at Usher. They was mad at Keke, and now they mad at Alicia.
I think they was still like kind of mad at Usher because they was like, oh, he has no respect for their relationship. Well, it's not his job to respect other people's relationship. He's an entertainer, just like they entertainers, and I'm pretty sure they all respect each other because they in the same field of work. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
but I don't think that from what I'm not saying nobody was mad at Usher. I'm saying by and large, people were not mad at Usher. They were mad at the women. They weren't even mad at the boyfriend. I'm talking about the people that were mad in the relationship. And okay, there were people that was mad on both sides. There were women and mostly women, I would say, that were mad at Keke Palmer's boyfriend, and rightfully so, because he was out there wilding. And then he proved to wild even more after the fact.
yeah, because
So
he brought it to the internet instead of talking about it behind closed doors.
yeah, and he abused her. And then after the fact, and then there was a group of people who was like, Usher is wrong, was wrong for doing that and dancing up on that woman or whatever, right? But that was a very small group of people that I heard talk about that.
But even if that's the case, public, like say if they was in a club and they wasn't famous, and Alicia Keys is married, like say like Usher come up and dance on Alicia in the club. It's not his job to respect somebody else's relationship. It's that person's job. But Alicia didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do anything wrong because she's an entertainer. She's been doing this for decades, just like Usher been doing this for decades. So it shouldn't be nothing. It shouldn't be a outcry for this situation.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's just
disagree
singing and
with this real
dancing.
quick because I hear a lot of people saying that like the other person does, like you do, because like if Usher knows that she's married, right? I'm saying and he does. I'm just saying it's about any woman. If Usher knows, or any man or any person knows that you're in a relationship, then you should respect their relationship, even if the other person doesn't, because you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you,
But in
right?
reality, but we got to look at it like this too. In reality, a lot of men don't have integrity when it
No,
comes to
I'm
stuff
not.
like
Once
that.
again, now we're having a whole different conversation now because I agree. But
Yeah,
to say that Usher don't got to respect her relationship, I think he does. I think he does because he doesn't want somebody to do that to him. So I think that he does. I think we all do owe each other that respect because we don't want anybody to do that to us,
correct.
right?
Yeah,
So I
correct.
don't. So I'm not blaming. Like, of course, I wouldn't put the majority of the onus on the not, the person that's not in a committed relationship. Of course not. But I definitely would give them some of the blame. Like, I'd be like, no, definitely, you didn't have to do that, right? And then, but of course, like if I catch my spouse cheating, I'm not gonna beat the dude up. I'm gonna be mad at my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did she disrespect me? But should he have done that knowing? I'm saying if he knew we were married and all that stuff, of course he's wrong too. He's
Well,
just, but
I ain't
I'm
gonna.
not, you know what I mean? Like, she's the one that fucking, disrespected me directly, right? In the other cases, like, you are disrespecting yourself because you are that's not, like you said, the lack of integrity is what's important there. It's like you don't have any fucking integrity because you would do that to somebody when you wouldn't want them to do it to you. That's the thing that I'm talking about. And I know Usher is married, by the way. It's not. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, if Usher wasn't married and Alicia Keys is married, and then he finds Alicia Keys and he starts dancing on her in the club or whatever, he knows she's married or whatever, and it's disrespectful, right? I'm not saying dancing in and of itself is disrespectful. I'm saying it's disrespectful. Then I would blame both of them, but I just would blame her way more. You know what I'm saying?
But I ain't gonna lie to you though. Like this, me personally. Like this is personal. If I was married to Alicia Keys, and man, that's a dream come true if some shit like that was to happen. But I'm not married to Alicia. But even if I know she's an entertainer and I see Usher dancing on her, it's gonna be natural for me to kind of get a little jealous. I ain't gonna be trying to beat him up, but that's just how I am. Like I'm tender about mine. So it's just me personally. Like I think it's normal for people to get a little jealous, but Swizz B, he's not jealous. So why should we even care? Because that's her
Exactly.
husband. You feel what I'm saying?
100%. That's what I'm 100% with you. That's the point. I think that's what those of us who are in agreement, that's what we agree on. That's a part of it. It's like, this nigga ain't even mad. Why would I be mad? Why would I?
Right.
But to be fair, that was the same argument that people were making about Simone Biles and her husband, right?
Yeah.
A lot of women was up in arms and was like, he's a clown and and all that stuff, and he's not the prize and yada yada yada. But Simone Biles was actually saying he's the prize. No, I agree with him. She was actually supporting him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said the exact same thing that we just said about Usher and Alicia Keys. They said the same thing about them. Why are you mad? Why are you mad if you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you more upset about this situation than she's upset at the situation? She's okay with it. Why are you so mad? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
because it's like I would never have a chance with Alicia Keys. That's probably like a 0.0001% chance. Just like any other man on this planet would never have a chance with Alicia Keys. So why are you upset that she's doing her job as a singer and an entertainer, and you basically trying to insert you trying to feel validated in something that has nothing to do with you?
somebody said it's not like Usher gave her herpes. That's wild.
That's crazy. That is crazy. You write hard
Yo,
and
never let
negatives.
that man forget he got
She
herpes
said
simplex one.
negative.
Y'all will never let that man forget.
Oh,
He got
shoot.
herpes simplex 1 and 2.
All right, I'm
That's
gonna go ahead and
crazy.
drop. I just had to make it quick.
All right, Ken, appreciate you.
For the person who keeps asking what he would do if his wife cheated,
Navi, I'm gonna rotate
I
you.
feel like that's one of those things we talk about all the time that y'all have y'all fantasize sometimes about women being punished. Like what do you want to hear? Like what you think he's sat and thought about it and came up with scenarios of how he would respond if his wife cheated? I mean, maybe I ain't gonna speak for him, but I feel like what do you want to hear? Like I'd beat her up. Like what do you want to hear?
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird question.
That's true. You know they be wanting to punish. What up, boss treatment?
What's up?
Feeling?
So this whole time I've been sitting here listening, and I really just feel like every man want to be Usher, and because they can't, they angry. Like, why you shouldn't be touching on her like that? Because I can't touch on her like that. And then they still mad at Alicia for the breakup. How long Alicia and Swiss been married now? Like, we still mad about Swiss and his wife's breakup? When I do remember her being on some reality TV show, and she was like, they were separated at the time that those two got together. So what are we talking about? Oh, she broke up their marriage. No, their marriage was already broken up. And if they're separated, because I'm telling you, I'm separated right now. I could give a frick what that man is doing. I don't care. You could go literally stick it in whomever. You knock yourself out, dude. We married on paper. It is what it is. Like, why is everybody still mad at Alicia for what happened with her and Swiss? Like, what are we talking about over a decade ago?
Also, once again, wouldn't the person who would be to blame in this scenario, wouldn't it be Swizz and not Alicia?
Right, but
Way
Swiss,
more,
but
you know what I'm
Swiss ain't
saying?
having
Like,
this visceral reaction like these men are having. Like, I popped into these lives for like 5 seconds because I couldn't take no more than that. And they are literally going all the way left as if Alicia Keys is their woman. And this is what she did. And how wrong it is, and now we blaming the whole female population, and how everybody don't want to be wives, and this, and of course it always comes right around back to black women, because hell, what doesn't? So now they all black women don't really want to be married, and how long she been married? I'm
long
confused,
time.
and you ain't never heard of any other situation, none. And now we just mad because Usher's doing what Usher does. If he didn't do it, I would think he was sick. He must not feel well. Something's wrong. Like he gone off script, because every clip we saw of his residency, he did the exact same thing.
He was
So
doing his thing.
right, so we want to pretend that Usher did not know that Keke Palmer was going to be there, and he just happened to see her from the stage. And he just happened to go over to her, and they had this whole exchange, right? Yes, he knew she was there. People told him she was there. She went backstage, all the things. I mean, come on. She's a celebrity, right? Now she's in the thing. She's an actress. Even if he walks up on her, you know who Usher is. And don't give a rest behind what none of these women out here talking about. If Usher pulled your married behind up on stage, listen, I'm going to tell, if me and my husband was in a good place, he'd be like, babe, it's Usher. Just like he would tell me, babe, it's Janet Jackson. Like, it would, what? It's Usher. Yeah. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not going home with this man. I'm going home with you. But at the end of the day, listen, it's Usher. Like, you're tripping.
I think the thing is like the same way that I know that I don't have a shot with Janet Jackson, I know that my wife don't have a shot with Usher. And I think that's another thing.
Exactly.
I think it goes both ways. I'm like, let's not, where we not, we cool on the streets, but we ain't, come on.
Exactly.
Like, I'm good. Like, let's be real. It ain't no knock. I love her to death, but like, you ain't like that nigga just doing this shit. This is his job.
And
you know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
but they're finding a reason to be mad when everybody was running around Brangelina-ing it up. Boy, everybody was happy when Brad and Angelina got together. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But totally missed the part where he literally cheated on his wife. He was whole married, not separated, not nothing. Whole cheated on his wife with this woman. And now they've been married for how many years at this point? Because again, the longer you're married, the less it matters. Like, what do you mean?
So if
My
Beyonce
timeline full of
pull
these
your man on
lies?
stage, you're not gonna feel no type of jealous. Yeah, I'm gonna be jealous she pulled him on the stage instead of me.
And not me, exactly.
It's Beyonce. Like, that's what I'm gonna be jealous of. Why would you choose him? And I'm standing right here.
That part. And I probably love you more than he do. Like, what? Come on now. These are celebrities. I wish people would just find, I think people really, we have run out of things to talk about on TikTok. That this is a
Insecure
thing.
as you are. That's
I'd
the thing
rather
that
y'all
people
go back
forget.
and forth about the actual game. Like, if y'all were having lives about how, the 49ers was cheated and the refs was doing this and the refs was doing that, no, they should have won. I could literally see y'all being upset about that. Like, but this, I didn't even see, where was all the groping? Did I miss the groping? Because I watched it a couple times.
No, he rested his arm on the back, on her lower back.
Right. And then he just like hold her around her waist or whatever.
His hand was like the top part of his hand was kind of like, and then he grabbed her from the back and hugged her. That was it. That was all I saw. I was like,
and I'm trying to understand, these women were like, she looked uncomfortable. When I swear people will see what they want to see, because I'm like, where did she look uncomfortable? She was smiling at him like, yeah, like okay, they did that, whatever. That's my boy. That's I don't understand.
If she looked uncomfortable, it's because of that outfit. That outfit might have been. Look at that
thing
shit.
looked uncomfortable.
It looked uncomfortable.
It
It
was
looked dope,
squeezing
but
the
it looked
hell out of her.
uncomfortable.
She couldn't
but,
breathe. That was lack of oxygen, y'all saw.
or them fucking little studs and shit was itching her and shit. Yeah, I can see that.
Exactly. That whole outfit was uncomfortable. That's what they were saying. Because ain't no way. I'm like, y'all be mad over other people's relationships and don't be mad enough about your own. Y'all don't, men on this live right now are giving so much of a fuck about these two people's relationship when Swiss ain't said nothing. He don't care. It is what it is. He even called y'all a bunch of weirdos. And y'all giving more of a fuck about their relationship than I'm guaranteeing you that they give about their own. They not giving their women this much damn attention.
Yep.
Their
That's what's
relationships
up.
would probably be in better order if they was out here giving their women this much attention as
They
they
don't got
worrying
no.
about what this man is doing, touching this woman. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Hey, I appreciate you coming up,
Yep.
boss treatment. I got some more people in the queue. I got like a few people. I got to go to work soon too. What up, Kay?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Do I sound like a roster today?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. Cause I know you usually be fucking with my audio when I be in the car. All right, so now that y'all can hear me, preach that shit, Pastor, and don't let them tell you no different. Okay, we fucks with you the long way. We gonna support you. We with you 10 toes down. They had you fucked up earlier. I've been listening since around since around 2ish, and I heard what's his face. You know they got real religious up here, but
Oh, they tried
but
to go to church on me. Yeah.
yeah yeah, but they was lying, and I respect what you're doing. I respect what you're doing. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, but nah, I seen I just seen all these think pieces like the TikTok timeline was flooded out with this
Mm-hmm.
shit, and I was just so confused because I'm like, don't married people act and do intimate scenes with other
Mm-hmm.
actors that they're not married to? Like, what are we actually talking about?
All the time.
What are we actually fussing about? Like, y'all just be so mad that y'all can't control women that it's fucking ridiculous. Control that
Okay, I keep
blood
saying
pressure.
they bitter.
Listen, Shan, control that fucking blood pressure. Control that type 2 diabetes. Control your A1C. Control your weight. Control your waistline. Find some other shit to focus on instead of trying to control women. That's all this boils down to. Y'all do not feel that women should have autonomy over their own bodies. The fact that she allowed him to be up there, you know, on her like that. And it was Usher like, fuck what you say. Okay, don't leave your girl around me. True player for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bitch, I would have been all over Usher too. My man, my man, my man. And my man is right here in the car with me. So, what the fuck is we really talking about? Like, my man, my man, my man.
My
Um,
girl, my wife was a dancer. I done seen my wife dancing. She never danced with like dudes in front of me or whatever. But my wife being a dancer, like if she like did like a dance with it, I wouldn't give a fuck.
mayo and
Like
ketchup.
couldn't care less.
But yeah, they really trying to pull it on TikTok, and I'm with Navi. I think they done ran out of shit to talk about. We ain't ran out of shit to talk about over here in this church, but in they
Mm-mm.
churches, they done ran out of shit to talk about in they TikTok churches. Okay, because we have church over here, and we don't never run out of shit. We don't never run out of shit to talk about. But stay on the battlefield, Pastor. You know, I love you, congregation.
And I got
Y'all,
your back like 4 flats on a Cadillac, cuz you
Hey,
understand
what's
me.
hey,
up? That's
Phil,
Big Phil. What's good with it, Phil?
What's up, big homie?
ketchup.
Hey
Um,
man,
but yeah,
Phil outside today.
Oh yeah, oh
listen,
yeah.
Phil outside. Listen, we had to go get my baby tongue tie clipped, and you know,
That's what's up.
I had to take the edge off. But yeah, they they got it. They got like fucked up. If they think they finna fuck
They
with
do.
Pastor, tell them what I said. Tell them kiss my
Mm-hmm.
ass.
We here.
I'll
Everybody need
holler
to
at
catch.
y'all.
All right, okay, thank you. y'all crazy. Oh man, Phil outside today. Shout out to Phil. He outside today living. We need Phil outside more. You know what I'm saying? We need y'all to get outside more. We know them babies. Them babies that have you in the house every day. Like a house cat. You niggas, everybody just when you got a little baby, you just be trapped for like weeks. You like, damn, I ain't seen the sun. You ain't got no air. Shit is terrible. Go out, open up them windows and then go outside for a few hours. This shit is rough. What up, Allie?
Taste to the punch. So I ain't gonna stay up here long, but I was just wanting to piggyback off what she said about how guys are really just trying to like control folks. And she's so funny. She was like, "You need to control your weight." I'm like, "You need to control y'all dental plans because out here missing side tooth, and they were worried about the wrong thing. Priorities."
Priorities is all mixed up,
I
man.
mean, good lord. But I'm a drop. I know you got buku people.
I got a few people in there. I'm trying to get it on before I get to work. So
Yeah, I feel
so I'm
you.
gonna all day with y'all.
I feel you.
I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you coming up.
No problem. Thank you for hosting this because this is what
You
needed
got
to
a you got a
be.
good question in the chat.
What they say?
Oh.
Somebody said, "How do you feel about men?" Sorry, Ali, I didn't mean to interrupt you. She said, "How do you feel about men who don't like their women listening to you?" I think that's a great question. I think that's a great question for you to answer.
No, look. All right, look. Hold on. I would ask them to ask the men, what do you have a problem with, and then start there. Like, because if it's just me, if it's a personality thing, then that's different because everybody ain't for everybody, right? But then you would have to ask, like, okay, so do you disagree with his ideology, or do you disagree with what he's saying? And then when they say yes, then ask them, what do you disagree with, and then have the conversation from there, and then you will inevitably come at the conclusion that they don't have a problem with me, but they have a problem with themselves. That's how I would handle that, because that's how I handle it personally. Like, usually when people say that they have a problem with me on this app, not in real life. In real life, it's different. I take people in real life who say they have a problem with me, I take it very seriously. Right? If you have an issue with me in real life, my wife has an issue with me in real life, my kids have an issue with me, my friends, my family, I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on? Let me see what it is, right? Cool, let's address it. But online, I'd be like, what's the beef? And then what is their beef almost all the time? Oh, it's your tone. Okay, so y'all care about, are you mad at my tone? But you niggas just rocked out with Kevin Samuels for 4 years. So it ain't my tone. Miss me with that shit. You niggas yell at each other all the time. We play basketball. Like, y'all act like these niggas act like I'm an alien. Like, I'm not a man. I'm like, bro, I'm a guy's guy. Like, I am a guy's guy rehabilitated. Let's put it like that. Like, I'm a sports fanatic. I'm fucking aggressive. I've done played a bunch of sports. I done been on a bunch of teams. I done stupid shit. I do stupid guy shit still. I'm a meathead. Like, I'm that guy. Like, I don't know why all of a sudden you try to act like I'm not him. Like, oh yeah, it's not. Like, my nigga, we be ready to fight over video games. We be talking to each other wild in the barbershop because you think LeBron is better and I think Kobe is the GOAT. We will bring each other's kids into the shit because we arguing over what was better, 2K or fucking NBA Live, fucking NBA Live 95. Like, the arguments we be arguing over don't even be real shit, and we be ready to fight over the shit. And you want to sit here and talk about my tone, nigga? Please. The reason why what I do is so different in this regard is the fact that I talk like normal dudes talk. I just talk about different shit. My tone is the same as what we're used to hearing men talk like. I'm just talking about different shit. That's what I think. You let me know if I'm wrong, but that's how I feel about it, right? I'm like, it's the same shit. I'm just saying different shit, but I'm just talking like how niggas talk. But then now all of a sudden you sensitive. Now your ears hurting and you clutching your pearls and shit. Oh no, it's really how you said it. Now you want to, when I will hear y'all in another live, I will hear y'all in a whole other live berating women and be loud and wrong, by the way. You don't even be right. It ain't like you loud and right. You'll be loud and wrong berating women, right? And then when the women push back and be on some like, we don't like your tone, then y'all be like, fuck how I'm saying it. Listen to the message. Fuck how I say it. You be arguing with your girl, talking crazy to her, and then when she be like, argue, now you arguing about the argument is you always do this shit. You ain't learning nothing I said. You just listening to that fact that I'm yelling at you. I didn't look, yeah, I called you a bitch, but you missed the whole point. Like that's the shit y'all be on. But then when I say the shit the way that I say it, then now it's a problem. Now it's the tone. Now you don't like the delivery. Now it's something else. Now my hat look old. Now it's always something. Now my wife is white. It's always something else, but it's never actually what I say. You don't argue against what I say. You can't make a coherent argument against what I say. So you do all this other shit. That would be the way that I would approach that. I would be like that is a red flag because it's what is your beef? What are you really mad about? What don't you like about it? Right? Go ahead, hey Lucky.
Hi. Okay. So I keep hearing from I looked on somebody else's live that was talking about the whole Usher and Alicia Keys thing. And my whole thing is I feel like anytime there's a debate on whether or not something is wrong or whether who is right or who is wrong, we lose sight of what the initial thing is about. People feel like Alicia Keys disrespected Swiss Beats or Usher was the one that disrespected Alicia Keys. And in all honesty, every relationship has its rules, has its boundaries, and all of those things. And they are established by the two people who are in that relationship. So if two people are in the relationship have decided that this is disrespectful, this is not disrespectful, then why are we to say that, oh, no, it's just disrespectful. And, if you're going to do this for money, then it's this, that, and the third. And no. At the end of the day, your boundaries are your boundaries. And when you are in entertainment, sometimes those boundaries can be different because of the fact that it's entertainment. And if you feel as though for your relationship that it does not work, then that is perfectly fine because that's your relationship. However, if it's their relationship, then how are you going to tell them about theirs? It just sounds like people focus so much time on just being like, this is the way you should do it. This is the way that you're supposed to do it. And I'm trying to convince you that this, my way, is the way. Mm-hmm. And that's not what it's supposed to be at the end of the day. That's their relationship. That's their business. If Swiss really felt disrespected that much, I'm pretty sure he could reach out to Usher on his own time and fix the problem.
Which I know he ain't gonna do because he saw them perform this song before they did it.
And then walked Alicia Keys off of the stage as soon as everything was done.
He was there. He was there before. You know what I'm saying? Walked on. He was there the whole time. What do y'all think? You think that was the first time Swizz saw the performance? He saw it before we saw the performance. Like, I don't know. The shit don't make no fucking. It just don't make no sense.
It really doesn't.
It don't make no sense. And I'm sorry that y'all don't understand why this is dumb. Like, why you guys would sit up here and try. Like, y'all, these dudes are just doing. They're doing everything possible to ostracize women at every single turn, right? And try to make women and gaslight women and make women think that they're the problem, right?
Oh, definitely. Because nobody said anything in defense of Usher's wife as if Usher doesn't have a wife. And nobody takes her under, nobody's like, well, I wonder how Usher's wife feels about this. Nobody cares about that. They just care about Swiss Beats being quote unquote disrespected.
Yeah. And it's fake because they don't care about Swiss Beats being disrespected. They don't give a fuck about Swiss Beats, right? I don't even like Swiss Beats. I don't like him as a person. I don't like his beats and none of that shit. But I'm not about to sit here and defend Swiss Beats honor, but now all of a sudden these niggas want to defend Swiss Beats honor. Y'all don't be talking about this nigga. Never. It's so weird that the people and the times you like bring people up. I'm like, y'all don't even, he's not even like a likable person. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't even like a cool cat. Like, he's like, y'all don't never talk about this man. Like, what I'm saying is like, maybe I could rationalize it a little bit if it was like somebody that we all kind of rock with or something like that. Like, man, they just being hypersensitive because that's, you know what I'm saying? Because it's that celebrity. Or I still would say they was wrong, but I could maybe give them like a little bit of an out. But like, it don't be no fucking out. It be so obvious the only thing y'all be doing is just trying to vilify the woman in the case so that you can apply that to all women, which I find hilarious because when I talk about the shit that I talk about, it's not all men. It's not all men, right? But then y'all will use a person like Alicia Keys, who is a fucking full-blown celebrity, by the way. She definitely ain't all women right off the bat. She's in the top 0.0000001% of people on the fucking planet, right? In every way, shape, and form. Her talent, her fucking money, her popularity, all those things, right? Cool. But you will take this example and then apply it. You will blanketly apply it over women in general to then go in the comment sections and to get on these panels and say these women of this generation are thus. They are this. They are just like this. They're not marriage material. See, because of Alicia Keys, she represents all women. Sexy Red represents all women. Meg Thee Stallion represents all women. Whoever, all these, they represent all women. Not Jill Scott don't represent women. Beyonce don't represent women, right? None of them. It's only the negative women represent all women, who aren't even the majority of women. Even in Hollywood, they're not the majority of women, right? These instances aren't even the majority of, examples of this or whatever. These are cherry picked instances. But whenever this happens, now all of a sudden this is all women. But when I give y'all ironclad fucking facts about the shit that men do, it's not all men. When I tell you men are responsible for the vast majority of fucking crime and violence, it's not all men. That's a small percentage of men. Nigga, what? When we say 1 out of 4 women get SA'd and kids get SA'd, I don't know who's doing that. It ain't me. I don't know any man that does that all of a sudden. But all of a sudden, every woman is Alicia Keys. Like, nothing y'all say.
Another lie
Go ahead.
that were taught that were they were this was the topic. There was a man basically saying that exact thing. He was like, women these days, they're just devious, and this just goes to show, like, I'm not taking none of these females serious. Like, I'll still, do my thing, but I'm not taking females seriously. They're just devious. But like, that's exactly what he was saying in response to this situation. Like, it was just, again, more proof, quote unquote, for him, more validation for how he already feels about women. And Usher hugging Alicia Keys for 2 seconds from behind validated everything he thinks about women. And now I ain't taking female serious because y'all devious. And no married woman should be showing herself to be like this.
And Usher took off his whole shirt and started pop locking up there with a wife that I didn't know. I gotta be real, because I didn't know that before, but I'm just shocked. Cause I'm like, if y'all, I'm just saying this because for the motherfuckers that's really acting like they care, I'm like, so y'all didn't care to look up if this nigga was married? But you know what I'm saying? Like, cause if I were going to go in on Alicia Keys, I would have researched Usher too and been like, is this nigga married? Is he in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? Before I said that shit. So I didn't think about it. That's why because I don't be tracking these people like that. I literally, Usher's an entertainer. I like what he does. That's what it is. I know Alicia Keys married because they've been married for a fucking long time, but I don't give a fuck about their marriage. I don't care that she married this with, couldn't care less about it. Also, the thing that I find funny is that y'all can't, look, what's her name? The guest right before, I forgot her name, I'm sorry. She made a very valid point about boundaries and how they differ from relationship to relationship. There are certain relationships that are perfectly okay with polyamory, with polygamy, so on and so forth, right? That's not cheating. It's not cheating if it's agreed upon, right? It's not disrespectful if it's agreed upon. It can't be disrespectful if everybody in the relationship has agreed that this isn't disrespectful, because disrespect is relative. It's perspective. It's all about how you take it. It's in the eye of the beholder, right? I could think it's not disrespectful. You could think it's not disrespectful. I could. Like, it's all on you. So why do y'all know that, you know that without a doubt, because you guys try to find, we all try to find people to fit to, so that you try to find people that have your like a similar, not ideology, but for lack of a better word, I can't think of the word now, but have like a similar ideology to yours, right? So this is like how I view life, and this is what I think is disrespectful. So you try to find somebody that thinks in the same, similarly mindset. Yeah, think similarly to how you think. Maybe not, literally, same thing, but you don't want somebody that's like, I want to raise my kid to be a strict Catholic, and then you're fucking, you're an atheist. You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be a struggle. That's gonna be a battle. I want somebody who is outdoorsy because I love going outdoors. Oh, I meet somebody that never wants to go outdoors. That may be a problem. See what I'm saying? So I don't know why y'all all of a sudden try to act like you don't get that in a relationship. Like, please be fucking for real. We all understand that. Not everything is viewed the same in every goddamn relationship. Go ahead, Mo.
Woo! Okay, shit. So glad I made it up in this motherfucker. Okay, listen. Okay, I'm about to give you a list that I believe will shut this shit down. Okay, so we gonna play two musicians and an actor. All right, so and I'm gonna give you the names, and then I'm gonna circle back to the dates. All right. So when I give you these names, I want you to give me a yay or nay. Do these niggas not provide us with the most salacious, thirst trapping, fine ass motherfucker content on a continuous basis for decades? Number one, Method Man. Number two, LL Cool J. Number three, Morris motherfucking Chestnut.
They've been married for the whole. They've been literally married like almost
No,
their whole
I
entire
know.
career.
I got the dates. Okay, just hey, hold on. I got
30
you.
years married and
I got
shit.
the facts. I got the data. Okay, Alicia and Swiss Fleas. Okay, got married in 2010. All right, Method Man. Been married since let's see, 2001. LL Cool J. Been married since 1990 motherfucking 5. LL Cool J been married since 1990 motherfucking 5. So on your dickometers, fellas, okay, if you gonna let Method and LL be out here, stripping and teasing and licking lips and flipping bitches and shit, okay, and Morris Chestnut for damn show done rocked over plenty of bitches and plenty of scenes. Okay, but you ain't said not a goddamn thing. So you mean to tell me for less than 10, because listen, the whole halftime show was 13 minutes and some odd seconds. So you mean to tell me the couple of minutes of Alicia and Usher on this fucking stage is more than the entire body of work of these motherfuckers and you worried about the marriage?
Yeah, it is. To them. To them it is though, Mo. To them it's the craziest thing they ever seen. And those we would never talk about those dudes being married. LL, I seen this is I got a story about LL. This was a wild night. I was in LA. I was at me and my cousin that went to this club after the Grammys, I want to say, or it was the Grammys. It was the Grammys. So we went to the club after the Grammys, and there was a bunch of celebrities in there. LL was in there. This was 2000 and this was like 02, 01, 02. Anyways, we get in the club. LL buys out the bar in the club, and they tell everybody on the mic, like, LL just bought out the bar. Drinks is free for the next 2 hours. It was some shit like that. So we all up in there. We getting drinks or whatever. Ooh, we get faded on LL's dime. Me and my cousin dip. We leave early. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to do our little parking lot thing or whatever. We get outside. We standing right in front of the door of the club. LL come out, the doors open up. They was like, everybody, LL leaving. Shout out to LL. They played the song on the way out. He did like some real cool ass shit. He did some real cool shit on the way out. I ain't gonna even hold you. It was dope. He walked down the stairs and he had his little entourage with him. The car was pulled up, and y'all, it was a lady following him. Like it was like it might have been like two girls actually. It was two girls following him. The girls my age. LL was at least 10 years older than me, whatever. So they like in their early 20s. He in his mid 30s or whatever it was. And do you know that this man? It was. I low key. I ain't gonna even hold you. I don't know if it was because people was around, but LL. He shunned that girl so cold, it was crazy. Like she really thought she was about to get in the limo with that nigga, and she was the finest girl I seen that night. Like it was like it was like the fight. Beautiful. Walk down the stairs, chase him down the stairs. She was like, yeah. I don't know where she came from. I don't know if she was with them in the club or I don't know when but she thought she was about to get in a limo with this man. Then that nigga, he did the.
Did he stiff arm her?
I swear to in front of him, I was standing 2 feet away from him. He did it to the everybody in it and got in the damn thing and left that girl standing there. And that girl was looking around at everybody and they shut the door and they drove off. And me and my cousin like turned like, damn, we was like, damn. And I'll tell you what. I don't know. I'm pretty sure LL done stepped out on his wife. But in that moment, I was like, I don't know if that man ever cheated. Because that would have been the part, like, that's when you would think it would happen. That was the perfect scenario. He did it like it was nothing.
And that's
He did it.
the point. And that's the point.
That's
You
what I'm
don't,
saying.
yeah,
He did it
you
like
don't
it was
fucking know. Right? But think about, okay, just the Best Man series itself with Morris Chestnut. The scenes in any of those, okay, far beat any of the shit that Usher and Alicia Keys did on stage. Far and away.
yeah.
Point blank, period, end of story. That motherfucker been married since 95. You ain't
The
seen
whole time.
shit. You ain't
I don't know, Mo. I don't know if these dudes is. I don't know what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying that it definitely on screen. I take all that shit. That shit is just acting, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm saying I seen a nigga in real life not be the person who we all thought he was. You see what I'm saying? In real life, he did. That wasn't no LL shit.
because they're entertainers. But when it's time for them to be their real self, you don't fucking know because you don't know these motherfuckers.
I don't know that nigga. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I'm saying in that one instance, I don't know. That's what I mean. I'm not putting it past him. He could have cheated. I'm just saying, like I'm saying, if he was the nigga who I thought he was,
Well,
it would have went differently.
well,
That's
because
all I'm saying. It would have went differently.
well, hold up. Let me give you an alternate, okay? And I ain't gonna name drop because that ain't that. Well, I could, but I ain't. Anyway,
Wait. Before I forget, Mo, in that same night, I seen Mike Epps punch his girlfriend in the face in front of everybody, about 400 people outside of the club. Punched his girlfriend in the face. Made her and threw her in the back of the limo. Yep, same night in front of the whole club. They was arguing. She ran up on him, and he, boom, hard one. Everybody heard. We was like, oh, like everybody gasped. Then he threw it, and then he ran around. I swear to God, it was a wild night. And he ran around the other side. He jumped in he got in the car. She got in the car, and they drove off. Me and my cousin was looking at each other. We seen. Oh, I can't even tell you. That was one of the craziest nights I ever been in. But that Mike Epps in front
I
of the
can
club.
actually believe that.
It was 200-300
I can
people
believe
out there.
that because
yeah, he's an
he
asshole.
put that in he joked about that in a comedy special recently. I can't remember. It's on Netflix, and it wasn't that scenario that he joked about, but it was the one where Snoop Dogg got like a bunch of comedians together. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it's on Netflix, and he made a joke about, like, in his joke, punching a woman in the face. Like, he was like, "Get in the car before I punch you in the face," or something like that. Like, it wasn't.
He made a joke.
Yeah,
I had no idea. I literally saw him do it.
he
With my
made
own
a
two eyes.
joke about that. So he didn't joke about that exact scenario, but in his joke, the girl was doing something, and he was like, "Get a car for a punch in the face," something like that. So yeah, I can believe it.
That's crazy because I swear to God, I never seen that joke, but I did actually witness him with my own two eyes punch a woman in the face. And me and my cousin was looking.
Watch it. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say that. But if he didn't say it, my bad. But I'm pretty sure. But don't quote me on it.
I was looking around. We were looking at each other like, what just happened? Like, they came out, they was yelling. And he was, before the car pulled up, they was in the street arguing. And then there was some people, like his handlers or somebody, they was around him and they was trying to break him up. And then the girl, like, she tried to, like, get at him or something like that, like tried to get to him. And then the car pulled up. And when the car pulled up, she was not trying to get in the car. She was still yelling. He just, boom. And then everybody was like, oh. And then his handlers broke him up. And then he ran around. He was like, get your ass in the car. And he, like, ran to the other side of the car and he jumped in the car. And then she got in the car and they drove off. And I was like,
I ain't never liked that nigga no way. But real quick, here's an alternate. And I've experienced this. So I ain't gonna say no names. But I've been to a show and I was in the line and I got picked out of the line. They were like, hey, such and such wants you in an alternate seat. And I got put, like, in front row seating. And then I got taken to, the private back area, for this motherfucker to talk to me. So, if they want to, they will do shit outside of shit you'll ever fucking know. So again,
way more discreet.
It's none of your fucking business. So, like the scenario you just said, you have no idea if one of his people, didn't come spin the block and scoop her up. And again, no idea, and it's not for you to know. It's none of your business.
All I know is what I saw with my own two eyes was the opposite of who I thought LL to be. That's all I'm saying. Like the opposite of what I thought him to be played out in front of my eyes. I was like, that's pretty. It actually made me. This was like this. I respected him more when I saw that.
Right, as you should. As you should.
I was like, man, that's dope. Like he ain't even tripping off of no groupie. No, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't even tripping off of that shit. Like that nigga above that. Like that was what I took from that.
But on stage, he doing it and doing it and doing it what?
Hell yeah, that nigga doing everything. Wilding on stage.
And that's just
I
it.
was shocked, Yanni. I was shocked. I was really shocked, dude. I didn't seen the opposite of that. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Most of the time, I see the opposite of that. So when I see LL, I was like,
well, hold up, public. Now here's why I gotta call an audible. So clearly you witnessed a violent act.
mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody reported, ain't nobody say shit.
Oh, people say, I don't know what it was hundreds of people outside and they got in the car and drove off. There was nothing. It was like, what are you reporting? Where are they gonna go? You don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't know what you don't know what happened. I don't know if the nigga got arrested. I doubt he did, but like it happened like that. It was like boom, got in the car, drove off. So I don't know who called what. I know we did it personally, but I don't know what happened after that. That's what I'm saying. But I do know what I saw. And that shit was all of maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Like it was like he ran out the club. They was arguing in the street. Woo woo. They did that. The car pulled up and they was going. It was like a 2-minute thing. So it wasn't like they was out there like fighting with each other and everybody was just sitting back letting them fight. Like we didn't know that was gonna happen until it happened, and then they drove off and it was like, wow, that's crazy. Like he knew. He like as soon as he did, he was like, I can fuck out of here, and he fucking got in the car. But he told her to get in the car. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know what happened to him after the fact. I fucking have no fucking clue with their relationship. I don't know shit about it. I just know what I saw with my own 2 eyes. Because I instantly recognized it was Mike Epps. And I was pretty far away. Like I was like all the way across the street. And it was, we was like on the LA street. It's like a big ass street. So he was like coming out the club. And I seen him before. I was like, oh, that's Mike Epps. I said it like loud to my cousin. We was looking and shit. Then everything happened. I was like, wow, man. These niggas is crazy. Like this nigga I thought he was on dope when he did it. I was like, that ain't even no shit you do off of straight liquor. Like that's how he was moving and shit. He was real agitated. I was like, yeah, this nigga. So he owns something.
All right, catch you later.
All right, Mo. Their marriage is open. Whose marriage is open? All right. Perfect timing, 1:15. Yeah, people do ignore TV. They do. That ain't a lie. That was a great live, y'all. I appreciate it. Shan, you got something you want to say before I end it? I gotta end it.
No, I'm done. Good laugh. Good job.
Thank you.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah. That was great. But kids see it and learn. Y'all wildin'. Thank you, Lux. Subscribe to the YouTube. Thank you, Mrs. Harris. Y'all didn't bang the cat. I got thank you, Sing. Y'all bang that cash app one time for your boy. Damn. Can y'all bang the cash app one time for your boy? I shout out all the people that did the cash app early. I didn't reach nowhere near my goal, but that's okay. It is what it is. I know the times be what they be. I know the times be what they be. That was a long. Yeah. Bang the cash app and support the live, please. Keep the live alive, y'all. Keep the live alive. I want to keep going. I want to keep going. I really do. Y'all don't know my life. I know y'all bang for the Super Bowl. Hey, the Super Bowl was litty. I appreciate that. Y'all see, I ain't talking about the Super Bowl. I'm sad. I don't even want to talk about that shit. I talked about the halftime because the halftime was litty. Y'all really held me down yesterday, though. Yeah, don't. Here you go antagonizing me, Snow. Don't be that person. Mm-hmm. Hey, I ain't gonna even lie. When Usher came out and did You Don't Have to Call, boy, oh boy, was I hype. Oh, man. Hey, did y'all hear when he was performing? It said, and the stage changed to a clock, and they said, "Where was Usher at 7 o'clock?" That shit was fire. That shit was fire. Thanks, Makers. That shit was fire. I was so hyped. Shit said, "Where was Usher at 7 o'clock?" I was like, "Oh no." They online with it. They used the woman's voice, I think, too, from the meme. I'm a Niners fan. I'm a real Niners fan. Yeah. Please don't talk about the Super. I've been trying so hard not to be down about the Super Bowl. I was down. Damn. It was a good game though. Shout out Patrick Mahomes. I don't be that mad when I get beat by a black quarterback. I'll be liking when the black quarterbacks win. So don't it be a part of me be that. And I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback of all time. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Mm. Mm-hmm.